coverage, reliability. You want the whole package. T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
When buying your next car, let Consumers Credit Union put you in the driver's seat with competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
All Cubs Triples and Saves are sponsored by Northern Illinois Food Bank. Help close the door on hunger. Visit solvehungertoday.org. Cubs and the Mets from Citi Field coming up here shortly with a sweep in play for the Cubs tonight. This is the Cubs Radio pregame show driven by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Buick and GMC dealers. Time now to check on who's hot and who's cold. Sponsored by Plumbers 911. Plumbing emergency? Well, call 1-833-PLUM-911. Local 130 Plumbers. Get the job done right the first time. Who's hot? There's only one name, Dansby Swanson, first player in Cubs history to have 4 or more RBIs in 3 straight games. Who's cold? Ian Happ hitting just .220 in his last 11. Time now for the injury report. Ben Brown was diagnosed with a stress reaction in his neck. Manager Craig Counsell told the Spiegel and Home Show 4-3 the score. The Cubs strongly encourage the use of all public transportation, especially CTA buses and trains, when traveling to Wrigley Field. For all games, the Cubs offer a free bike valet service located by the Addison Red Line Station. For details, visit Cubs.com/transportation. Coming up next, it's our Cubs conversation with Jed Hoyer. You're listening to The Score, Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Alex Bregman. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network. Did you know you could earn up to...
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst the stars, now being represented by Ursa Major. Minneapolis was the first to establish relations with our extraterrestrial friends. The Rays are the cosmic rays flying through space in their devil ray-shaped spacecraft.
How can you go from a South Carolina trailblazer through a tour of the Far East to a Venezuelan's bid for perfection in the Motor City? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Following in the footsteps of those legends named Robinson meant that Dobie didn't always get the attention or the credit that he deserved.
Baseball can be a little bit different, and things aren't always perfect, right?
Biz, born James Raleigh Mackey, was a member of the 1923 Hilldale Club that won the first ever Eastern Colored League championship.
This was reality for these players, and speaks of the segregation, a very somber time.
In 1927, Biz Mackey took part in a 48-game tour of Japan. The 1927 tour was initiated by Japanese-American baseball pioneer Kenichi Zenemura. Years later, during World War II, Zenemura was forced to sell all his belongings and relocate to the Gila River incarceration camp.
They're being denied their freedom, but baseball provides hope, and it gives them an expression of what it is to be an American.
You realize the gravity of the situation, and baseball is that which transcends all of it.
So in 2006, the Tucson Sidewinders, a AAA team for the Arizona Diamondbacks, commemorated that high school game that had been played at Zenemura Field. And then later that season, the Sidewinders win the championship of the league by beating the Toledo Mud Hens. And on that team was Ryan Rayburn.
He watched his Detroit teammate, Armando Galarraga, toss his famous imperfect game.
Another reminder that baseball will always bring people together.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
You get David Peterson from the Mets. Is that just to try and stabilize the rotation here?
Yeah, he's a guy we've been talking to them about for a while. It didn't just come about because we're in New York. He's a ground ball guy. He's been somewhat unlucky this year if you look at his numbers. We feel like he fits with our defense and the way we pitch. And hopefully he can help stabilize our rotation. There's no question. But it wasn't just a move that we made because we had a couple injuries. This is something we've been talking about for a bit. And with the timing of our injuries, it made sense to pull the trigger.
What can you share with us about the latest on Ben Brown and Edward Cabrera, and then with some of the other guys that are dealing with injuries like Jamison Tyler?
Yeah, so, with Ben to go first, he has a stress reaction in his neck, sort of a similar injury to 2024. We're going to get second opinions on it, so we don't know exactly what we're dealing with, but there's going to be a period of pretty significant rest no matter what the second opinion shows. So we're going to be out without Ben for a bit. With Edward, he had a moderate hamstring strain. He got an injection in that, and he's going to start working his way back. But he's also going to be out for some time. Jamison has been throwing. He threw an up-down bullpen the other day. He'll continue to progress, and we're hopeful that progression continues. And obviously, it's nice to get a guy back tonight, which is nice. I feel like Matt's only made 5 starts this year. He was so key for us last year, and it's nice to see him out there tonight.
Realistically, what can you do while those guys are out to stabilize the rotation and give yourself a chance to do the things you want to do this season?
Well, we were able to get Peterson. That certainly helps, but we have about 5 weeks till the deadline, and right now the second wild card in the American League is 2 games under 500. So not many teams feel like they're out of the race. There's not many pitchers available. So right now, I think we need to figure this thing out internally. Guys need to step up and pitch well. We need to play great defense and win some games. And there will be a point that's more transactional. But in the meantime, this is our group.
When we talk to Craig, it's always about winning that day, and you can understand why. You have to look at the big picture. What changes now for you when you look at the big picture because of everything that's transpired?
Well, I think the degree of difficulty is a little harder.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
If you're feeling crabby, check out some of these wild and weird moments from around the league.
Since going to tag out Bowers, who had the crab crawl back toward first base.
Is this 1-1-1-3 on the putout?
Of course, catching it is one thing.
Whoa!
Go through the 5-hole? Yeah, it sure did.
Now that's what you call really struggling.
Now let's see some animal instincts on display in the field.
Nico! Behind the back, what a play!
Get a load of this.
Say hey, Austin Martin right.
He made an incredible catch!
And a liner caught by a leaping Bobby Witt Jr.
No question about that one.
Robles over, goes to a dive, and makes a tremendous catch.
Oh, I didn't give him a shot off the bat to come down to that baseball. Oh, highlight reel stuff from David Hamilton.
How about that?
And here's Will Smith, a chance to hand out a present on his birthday. Smith drills one, left center field. It is gone! Number 16, time and again in clutch time. Pitching change for the Diamondbacks after some birthday and bobblehead night magic from Will Smith. From down one to up one.
I was Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/beat. That's ethos.com/beat.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Save time every time for a great haircut. Just download the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Cubs and the Mets coming your way from Citi Field. First pitch just minutes away. Time now to hear from manager Craig Counsell. Brought to you by Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy. Sip the fruity candy-coated chaos. The Cubs traded for Mets left-hander David Peterson overnight. Here's Counsell on when we could see him.
This is a pitcher that's among the league leaders in just the ball on the ground, and the ball's going to be in play, and it's something that we're good at. This is the strength of our team is playing defense and converting balls into outs. So, he's the type of pitcher that benefits most, I think, from defense.
Do you expect him to start this weekend?
Yeah.
Have you spoken to him?
Yes. Yeah. He will join us. Hopefully he will come here on post game and meet us and be able to fly with us to Milwaukee. We're just letting him get his life organized, and that's obviously it's a shocking thing to receive that that message. And he's been a Met for 10 years and he's only known one team, so he's got a lot to process.
That was manager Craig Counsell. Up next, we'll take a look at the pitching matchups. This is the Score, Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Organ failure takes more than strength to overcome. It takes expertise. Loyola Medicine's transplant program is among the most experienced in Illinois, with innovative approaches like gene expression profiling and robotic-assisted surgery. When the odds are long, we bring precision, compassion, and hope. At Loyola Medicine, tough is what we do and who we are. Visit loyolamedicine.org/tough.
Send your taste buds back to the candy aisle for a taste of classic candy flavor with a Fruity Rainbow Extra Strength 5-Hour Energy Shot. The iconic flavors of your favorite fruity candy, juicy berry bursts, tangy citrus squeezes, and a tropical pop that tastes like your favorite fruity candy. Combined with the sugar-free 5-Hour Energy blend of B vitamins, nutrients, and a caffeinated kick. Get a Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shot today. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
The world's game at BetMGM is here. Bet on the soccer showdowns with 2-up early payout so that if you're up 2, BetMGM will pay you. That's right. Place a pre-game straight match results bet on any tournament game. If at any point your team is up by 2 goals, you'll instantly win your bet. Then enjoy BetMGM same-game parlays, daily promotions, player props, and so much more for the world's game. Don't miss your shot at an early win with 2-up early payout to get paid out if at any point your team is up by 2 goals, regardless of the final outcome of the match. Make it a tournament to remember with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 426-2537, or by texting ILGAMB to 53342. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. Illinois only. New and existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Additional terms and restrictions may apply. In partnership with Paradise Hotel Casino.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Rays now chasing a 2-1 deficit as Johnny DeLuca comes up.
Hey, there's a shot. Well tagged off the bat of DeLuca. That baby is gone. And the Rays tie this on one swing of the bat from Johnny DeLuca. A rocket shot. It sounded good, looked even better.
That cleared the bullpen and went up into the second deck.
438 feet. Longest shot for DeLuca in his career.
Not a smidge of doubt. That ball was absolutely mashed.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game These games, all the games, pregame, postgame, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his 4th full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for...
In the pregame show coming up, it's Zach Cancun. It's the Cubs and the Mets from Citi Field. That's next on the Score, Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Dansby Swanson. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Come see what's happening in Greater Des Moines, where every weekend feels like an event. The nationally ranked Downtown Farmers Market, the iconic Iowa State Fair, the award-winning Des Moines Arts Festival, and Hinterland, one of the Midwest's can't-miss music festivals. Add in an iCubs game, a tenderloin as big as home plate, and a few surprises along the way, and suddenly your trip is whatever you want it to be. Des Moines, it's a trip. Make it yours at catchdesmoines.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying... just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Hey, Cubs fans, Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer here. This Cubs season, listen to the Cubs in crystal clear FM quality on 104.3 The Score.
It's got a chance! Gone! Pete Crow Armstrong with a long home run.
Imagine listening to all the action on FM.
Cubs baseball has never sounded this good.
Listen to every game on your home of the Cubs. 104.3 The Score.
Presented by the official sports book of The Score. Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fee.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/team.
And now, Odyssey and 104.3 The Score bring you Chicago Cubs baseball on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Gone! 3-run homer, Ian Happ. Swinging a line drive base hit. He has done it. Pete Crow Armstrong has hit for the cycle. First drives one in the air. This ball's got a chance. Gone! This is what you came here for. We got the Cubs game on the Score.
Chicago Cubs baseball is presented to you in part by the Volvo XC90, Benny's Beverage Depot, Benjamin Moore, Grand Appliance, James Hardy Building Products, Laturo Tire, It's Not a Game, Illinois.com, Old National Bank, Sea Glass Wine, Sloan, Southwest Airlines, Xfinity, your Chicago and Northwest.
They're loaded now for Langoliers.
2 grand slams in his career. Crack to deep center field. Varsho going back as far as he can go. And Langoliers has a grand slam. Shea's 3rd home run of the series is a grand slam. And they have blown this game wide open.
And in grand fashion.
Shea Langoliers can do no wrong right now. Here comes Hernandez into a slide. He made the catch. That'll bring him to their feet. Sliding stop by Sanoha. He plucks it. A heck of a play from Javi. Merrill sprinting back, jumps and makes a catch.
Just another huge play. Mason making it look easy.
Showing off the range. Mr. Cali Cool getting it done.
Ward is back and he makes a running catch. Coming on, say Don. He dives. Did he catch it? Unbelievable defense there by Rafaela.
What a 4-6-3. Nunez to Abrams to Garcia.
And that Dodger defense doing it again.
heel, lays out and makes a phenomenal catch. And they got him by the gun. Say done. Say you're gone.
Nicely done by Junior Caminero down there at third base.
Over to second for one. Oh, a beautiful throw from Meyer. In-time double play.
Merrill comes in and catches. That was a tough play.
The hardest play a center fielder has to make.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pregame. Postgame. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Oppo Taco. Hitter. The Mets cleanup man is Mark Vientos. He plays first. Catcher Francisco Alvarez. A.J. Ewing is in center field. The shortstop batting seventh, Ronnie Mauricio. M.J. Melendez is in left, and batting ninth, second baseman Brett Beatty, with right-hander Freddie Peralta on the mound. It's partly cloudy, 76 degrees here in New York this evening. The game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. First pitch next, the finale of the Cubs' four-game set in New York against the Mets. On the Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here with Hall of Famer Pat Hughes and All-Star Ron Coomer on 104.3 The Score.
You got the soccer bug, and now you don't know where to watch the match. It's Gabe Ramirez from 104.3 The Score. Come to Parlay in Lincoln Park. That's where I'm going to be tonight, 9 p.m., where USA is going to take on Turkey. You can join me and the Score crew.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pregame. Postgame. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Pat Murphy going to use an ace up his sleeve and bring in Christian Yelich with a tying run aboard at third base.
Fly ball to deep right! It is way back and gone! Yelich delivers in the clutch.
It's his first career pinch hit home run, and he left nothing in the tank.
My God, how far did that go?
Bottom four, 3-0 Blue Jays. Kazuma Okamoto to lead it off for the Blue Jays at a fly ball to right in his first at bat. As Okamoto drills one. High, deep, gone! His first home run is a Blue Jay, and it is 4-0. Big time power to the opposite field.
He came here with a power bat, and to show that early in the season, he's got these fans on their seats.
So without further ado, snap on your time goggles and prepare to zoom 1,000 years into the future. The D-backs are still the D-backs, though now they're represented by a robotic techno-snake, and the Cubs have embraced their future amongst...
Back on Tuesday night, doubleheader yesterday. Cubs scored 10 runs in each game, and Swanson has spearheaded the offensive attack. Coom, these are numbers that are eye-popping. 7 for 12 in the first 3 games of this series. That's a .583 batting average, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs. He set the franchise record with 11 runs batted in the doubleheader yesterday.
It's unbelievable, and you're talking about a franchise that's been around, for over a century, and, there's pretty big names that have their name in Cooperstown and or, on flags at Wrigley Field with their number retired in the Cubs Hall of Fame. The other thing about it, too, is this isn't, situational hitting that's worked out for Dansby where, you loop one down the line with the bases loaded, you knock in 3. This is him teeing off on pitches, and, the work that is put in here just recently, all of a sudden it clicked. The barrel is staying on path with the baseball. And the way you know that it's not flukish is he drove the ball to right center yesterday off the wall, and that was a rocket. It's really fun to watch. And, for all of us that have hit, we all have had our big ups and big downs. And when you're struggling, it feels like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Dansby seems a lot lighter today.
Yeah, he's finally above the Mendoza line, hitting at 202. The other numbers, and Craig Counsell pointed this out, it's strange because the other numbers with Swanson are where they always usually are around this time of the year. He does have 11 home runs. Yep. He leads the team with 46 runs batted in. It's just the average that's been down.
Yeah, the average has been down. And the at-bats, strikeouts are up, average is down. That's the problem. You're just not having good at-bats. And now all of a sudden, not only is he having good at-bats, he's having great at-bats with great success. And, I think a lot of it has to do with, when you go right back down to that cage and you go underneath the stadium and the work you put in, he's reaping the benefit of that right now.
Yeah, the numbers say the work is certainly paying off. The Cubs leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Pete Crow Armstrong gets a hit, Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $200 to service dog charities. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. So Crow Armstrong, who's arguably hotter than Dansby for a longer stretch, digs in, left-handed batter against the right-hander Freddie Peralta, who works on the third base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch, and PCA looks at a strike to start off the festivities. A fastball from Peralta, 0-1 the count. I mentioned PCA is hot. He's riding a 13-game hitting streak. Here's the pitch. Crow Armstrong grounds one past a diving Vientos into right field for a base hit, and just like that, the hitting streak now at 14 games. He's reached base safely now in 27 consecutive ball games.
Well, we talked about this with Judson in the pregame show, and when I watched Peralta, the fastball velocity is down a little bit. It's not, that mid-90s, it's down around 93 now with the average velocity. In that last pitch, the thing we talked about, a lot more pitches in the middle of the plate. That was a breaking ball in the middle, and Pete just hammered it past Vientos.
Michael Conforto at the plate and looks at a fastball up high, 1-0 the count. Let's get to Freddie Peralta, the 30-year-old in his first season with the Mets after spending his first 8 years in Milwaukee. 5-6 with a 4.83 ERA in 16 starts. Now the pitch. Conforto looks at ball two as that fastball misses again. This time it was off the outside, 2-0 the count. Last start for Peralta last weekend in Philadelphia. He was rocked for 10 runs on 10 hits in 2 2/3. Peralta peers in, gets the sign from his catcher, now throws to first as PCA gets back standing up. And over his last 7 starts, Peralta with a 7+ ERA, he's allowed 7 home runs during that span. Conforto waits. Here's the 2-0. And that's a called strike, a breaking ball that floats into the zone, 2-1. In April, the Cubs beat Peralta. He gave up 3 runs in 5 2/3. The pitch. Foul back off the screen by Conforto, 2-2.
Good swing by Conforto on that high fastball. That was middle of the plate, but top of the zone. I think for Cubs hitters tonight, you can see what you're getting from Peralta early. If he's got great command, if the changeup is working. We have not seen a changeup yet. Usually when he is going really good, it's a good fastball to the changeup.
2-2 the count. Crow Armstrong at first. Just underway. Conforto waits. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. You just saw the changeup. 1 away.
Now that one, I think as the game progresses, that's going to be a pitch that's going to get hit if it stays there. That's a high changeup to Conforto. Kind of fooled him. But as this game progresses, you can't live with your changeup at the top of the zone.
Michael Busch digs in, 1 on, 1 away here in the top of the first for the Cubs, the finale of their 4-game set against the Mets. Righty-lefty matchup, Peralta delivers, and Busch swings and misses at a curve, 0-1. Busch saw his 27-game on-base streak snapped in the nightcap of yesterday's day-night doubleheader. He's 1 for 12 in the series. That one was a home run in game number 1 of the double dip. The pitch misses with a change. 1-1 the count. He was low.
Michael had some, misfortune yesterday. He had some great swings and just fouled pitches back. So the adjustment for him is very small.
Bush pops it up. Foul territory off to the left. Bichette, the third baseman, giving chase. Does he have a play? Yeah, he does. Near the Cubs dugout along the third base line. He makes the catch on the side track for out number 2 as Bush pops out.
I know if Michael went back, and I'm sure most guys do, you go back and you look at your hitting film from the night before, and you just, that would have been a frustrating one to watch because you had really good swings on pitches that you can hit and do damage with, and he was out to the ball and just fouled him back. And that's the pitch you got to put in play. And he's just got to get on top of the ball just a touch. And if he does just a little bit more, you're going to start seeing him launch balls out of the yard on a regular basis.
Alex Bregman looks at a curveball off the outside. 2 away here in the top of the first. Pete Crow Armstrong at first. Vientos holding him on. Bregman waits for the 1-0. Here it comes. That pitch just missed. Fastball clocked at 98 miles per hour from Peralta.
First inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
And that pitch was just off the outside near the bottom of the zone. 2-0 the count to Bregman. Throw to first. PCA dives back in safely. The home plate umpire tonight is the crew chief, Jordan Baker. Manning first, Junior Valentine. The umpire at second is Austin Jones, and Stu Shorewater at third. The announcement of the umpire sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Time called. What's going on here?
Pete needs some time. I'm not quite sure if he went into the bag kind of hard. If he jammed his fingers going into the bag, I'm not sure. Or shoulder.
Taking a look at the replay now.
Kind of a short dive going down.
He grimaced a little bit as he dove back in. He's up on his feet. He's fine now, taking a lead off of first. We're ready for play. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss by Bregman at a fastball, 2-1. He was holding his elbow. Maybe Vientos tagged him awkwardly on the elbow.
Hit him in that funny bone or whatever you want to call that on the elbow.
Yeah, thanks for showing me firsthand. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. It's fielded by Mauricio. The throw to second in time for the force. And that ends the top of the first. Middle 1, no score. Cubs and Mets on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Coom here.
And if you want to Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. And I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
And that is line to the gap. Get down. Diving catch. Good. Let's go. All right, here we go. Come on. McCarthy could be inside the Parker. Let's go. It will be. He's around third. They got no shot. Inside the park. Home run. Jake McCarthy. That'll get you out of your chair. He might have to wear the jacket like a cape.
Yes. The most exciting play in baseball. You can see Jake just flying by.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Fees extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
35-year-old left-hander Matthew Boyd is back on the mound for the Cubs as we get set for the bottom of the first inning. It's his first start since May 3rd. He's back from a number of different ailments. Boyd on the year 2-1 with an ERA of 6 in 5 starts. Carson Bench, left-hander at the plate. Here's the pitch. And it's off the outside. A fastball, 1-0. So Boyd needed minor knee surgery last month after tweaking his knee playing with his kids. Here comes the 1-0. Bench looks at a strike. That was a fastball from Boyd, 1-1. And while rehabbing from minor knee surgery after tweaking the knee, he then began to experience some shoulder issues. Here's the 1-1. Check swing at a pitch off the outside. On appeal, no swing, says the third base umpire, Stu Shorewater. So 2-1 the count on Bench. But after all that, Boyd back on the mound for the Cubs. And man, they need him, and they need him at his best. Here's the 2-1. Bench takes the ball up high, 3-1.
For Boyd, I just think it's important here to get through this first couple innings feeling comfortable back. And it might only take him an inning, but just feeling comfortable back pitching in the big leagues.
Bench fouls that one back, 3-2.
No, he doesn't have a shoulder issue. That's not feeling bad. His fastball's got some zip on him. He is, he's a guy that relies on his fastball a lot. He can throw his two-seamer, which is somewhat unique. Maybe not in today's game, but he has a great two-seam fastball that he runs at the top of the zone. Very difficult to hit that when it's on.
The payoff pitch. Bench swings and misses. Strike 3. Boyd gets him with a slider, 1 away.
Now that's a pretty good start. That'll get you comfortable back in the big leagues. Throw some really good heaters, and then you spin a breaking ball and you throw it in the perfect location. You started out inside and it ends up in the outside corner. Might even have been an inch or two off the plate away for a perfect pitch to get the first punch out.
Boyd working on the third base side of the rubber. The batter, Bo Bichette, he swings and fouls this one off the catcher, Miguel Amaya. The mask flew off of his helmet. And you can hear the home plate umpire, Jordan Baker, asking Amaya if he's okay. And he's nodding his head yes. Yeah. That was a direct hit.
Yeah, right in the forehead area of the mask and helmet. And that will rattle the brain a little bit, there's no doubt. Strikeouts brought to you by Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
Hopefully you get to read that a lot tonight. Here comes the 0-1. That's low to Bichette. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Feel like a Bosch prediction brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch.
Boyd delivers and misses inside with a curve.
Well, we've been on kind of a roll here lately as a ball club here since we got to your hometown here in the Big Apple and your hometown team. The Mets when you were a kid coming out to Shea.
And the 2-1. This is fouled out of play off to the right by Bichette.
So you feeling Boschish tonight?
Do I have a choice?
Not really.
Yeah, as my good friend Pat would say, 2-2 the count on Bichette. Thinking this one. As Boyd works his motion and deals. Bichette swings and misses. Strike 3. Boyd gets him with a changeup. 2 away. A start for Boyd. Back-to-back Ks to begin the frame. After having not pitched a major league game since May 3rd, I am going to predict that the Cubs offense has another barrage. I don't know if it'll come against Freddie Peralta, but by the end of the night, I think we're going to be praising the Cubs offense once again for the 4th consecutive game. How about that?
I think that's a good prediction. I hope it comes true. Cubs offense has really been on fire here since we've got in New York.
Juan Soto swings and misses at a fastball from Boyd, 0-1.
95-mile-an-hour heater from Boyd, good pitch. Speed Gun, as always, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price, Xfinity. Imagine that.
Boyd deals. Soto looks at a fastball off the outside, 1-1. Soto missed the doubleheader yesterday. Tweaked his back in the opener of this series Tuesday night and left the game early. The 1-1 is low. 2-1 the count.
And then you got, now he's back in the lineup and Lindor's not in the lineup tonight. So the Mets got, you want to get your star players out there playing. That's the key. if you want to turn this thing around.
The 2-1 swing and a miss by Soto. Took a hefty cut and ended up on one knee on the follow-through. 2-2.
That's the high two-seamer we were talking about from Boyd. This ball is at the top of the zone running in on Soto. And Matthews' arm looks great right now. He is throwing bullets.
2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Boyd calling his own pitches with the pitch-com device on the left side of his belt. Boyd rocks back, high leg kick and pitch. Up high to Soto, who's worked a full count. That was another fastball.
That one just missed. Top of the zone away. Just off the plate away. See if he goes to the wrinkle one more time. Same curveball he threw to Bench.
The pitch. Foul back out of play. Another fastball.
Yeah, 95-mile-an-hour heater. He's feeling it with the heater. There's no doubt about that. Defensive alignment tonight, sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Cubs defense playing Soto deep and straight away as he takes ball 4.
Yeah, and a fastball that was high and outside. So Soto draws a 2-out walk here in the bottom of the first. Cubs and Mets are scoreless. The finale of this 4-game set. Mark Vientos will dig in. The Mets cleanup man hitting at .220 with 10 home runs and 33 RBIs. The lights are on. Tonight's game is powered by ComEd. Still plenty of daylight here in Queens. 76 degrees, partly cloudy. The pitch. Vientos swings and misses. Another heater from Boyd. 0-1. Bush holding on Soto at first. Big hole on the right side of the infield with Horner, the second baseman, playing up the middle just to the right of the bag as Vientos calls time and steps out of the box.
Vientos, one of the guys, the Mets defense yesterday had just a tough day in the nightcap with 6 errors and really, 8 or 9 missed plays of outs that could have been gotten.
Vientos grounds one to short, fielded by Swanson in the hole. Throw to second in time for the force, and that ends the first inning. Cubs and Mets scoreless as we head to the second on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
We have an animal on the field. Skunk City.
Oh, nobody is going near it. Look at that.
Killer skunk.
Going into the dugout. That'll empty that dugout in a hurry. Look at him go. And the cameraman. To go.
Bottom 4, 3-0 Blue Jays. Kazuma Okamoto to lead it off for the Blue Jays at a fly ball to right in his first at bat. As Okamoto drills one. High, deep, gone! His first home run as a Blue Jay, and it is 4-0. Big time power to the opposite field.
He came here with a power bat, and to show that early in the season, he's got these fans on their seats.
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you gotta stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car, and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
Top 2 in New York. Cubs and Mets are scoreless. The second inning is brought to you by Sea Glass Wines, delivering crisp, refreshing flavors that hit every time. Ian Happ will lead things off in the Cubs half of the second inning against right-hander Freddie Peralta, switch hitter batting from the left side. Happ hitting at .229 on the year, 16 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Peralta peers in, gets the sign from his catcher Alvarez. Hands over the head, high leg kick and pitch. And that one misses up high. A fastball, 1-0. Cubs wearing their blue jerseys tonight. Red numerals on the back, gray pants, blue batting helmets with a red C on the front. Happ wearing white and gray shoes as he looks at a ball low. Check swing on appeal. He did not offer. 2-0 the count on Happ. Some powder blue in his shoes as well. Ian's got powder blue batting gloves. The Mets wearing alternate black uniforms. Blue numerals and lettering outlined in orange. The 2-0. That's a called strike, a curveball that spins into the zone. White pants for the Mets, white shoes for the pitcher, Freddie Peralta. Black caps with an interlocking NY on the front in blue and orange. The pitch, Happ fouls it back out of play. 2-2 the count. The uniform descriptions, as always, sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field, the walls of your home. The right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Peralta gets Happ with a changeup, one away.
Couple good fastballs, and then the slider down and in. Ian fouled that ball right into the glove of Alvarez. Might have been a changeup now that I see the replay instead of the breaking ball.
So Nico Horner now at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's low and outside. You've been on this for a while. You started to see signs in game number 1 from Nico that he was going to start to break out.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday. He had 3 doubles, and it was the first game yesterday. Spraying the ball around the field. I like it, and in line drives. That to me, Nico is not a guy that should be hitting a lot of fly balls. His swing is too good. He's just, has too much control with the barrel of his bat.
Here's the 2-0. Nico hits a high pop fly, foul territory, back of third, now in fair territory, drifting in Bichette, and he makes the catch on the outfield grass. Horner pops out, 2 away.
See, and that's that pull swing, right? He gets this pitch, a pitch up middle of the plate, and trying to pull it, and just hits this ball straight up. Wind kind of blowing, blew that ball back into fair territory, a good 5-6 feet.
Take note of that.
Yeah, the flags above the stadium really aren't doing much.
Pedro Ramirez at the plate, and the pitch is a called strike. Fastball at the top of the zone, 0-1. Officially at first pitch, a 12-mile-per-hour wind out to left. Ramirez shows bunt and misses, 0-2. There's a curveball from Peralta.
Now, Bichette playing way back, and Ramirez looking to bunt and just get on base. To me, if you're going to do that with 2 outs, then you got to try to steal second base right away.
Now the 0-2. Ramirez looks at a ball way up high from Peralta, 1-2. Miguel Amaya on deck. Ramirez hitting at .289, had 3 hits in the nightcap last night. The 1-2. I mean, when else would you have a nightcap other than during the night? 2-2 the count. That pitch misses low.
Well, we did play 2 yesterday. It was a long day of baseball, but not nearly as long for the team in royal blue than they were in the team in the black jerseys today.
Oh, boy. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Peralta gets Ramirez with a fastball. Cubs go down in order in the top of the second. Middle 2, no score. Cubs and Mets on the score in the Northwestern Medicine.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, Can of Corn.
Easy fly ball.
Boomer is the dog. Does he look good? I just follow his picture all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
A little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
Book your roster spot at the Cubs Fantasy Camp at Sloan Park. Live the big league dream with Cubs alumni and pro instruction. Get full clubhouse access, play daily games, and a shot at a championship game on the main field. Visit Cubs.com/fantasycamp. I know that's right up your alley. Yeah. Francisco Alvarez leads off the bottom of the second inning against Matthew Boyd, who kicks and fires. And Alvarez looks at a strike. 0-1 the count, scoreless game.
If you still have some baseball left in you, that is the place to go. There's no doubt. The guys do a phenomenal job. The Cubs went without camp for, 4 or 5 years, and it has had a resurgence, and now it's going to be at Sloan Park, and I believe it's in November. I'm sure it's in November, and I have done it for years, where I've been a camp coach and manage a team, and it is some kind of fun. And if you're a baseball guy, there's no better place if you're a Cub fan than to go to camp. The stories and just make sure you bring some Advil and Tylenol with you.
1-2.
You're going to need it by the time the week is over.
1-2 the count on Alvarez. Here's the pitch from Boyd. It's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So there's a little tip from the Coom Dog.
Yeah. And the other thing, don't run when you're there. Just jog.
That's smart.
If you hit a ball, we're not in the running age anymore. We're in the jogging age at best.
Check swing at a pitch off the outside on appeal. No swing, says Junior Valentine at first. So Alvarez has worked a full count. Again, if you're interested, Cubs.com/fantasycamp. And the Coom Dog recommends it. Here comes the 3-2. Alvarez looks at ball 4 low. So a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the second for Alvarez and the Mets. He's homered in every game in this series. So he's now at first base with the left-handed hitting A.J. Ewing duo.
And now let's see if Matthew can induce a little ground ball. Ewing, not an easy guy to double up. This guy can fly. Ewing, one of the young outfielders that this Mets team is featuring now between him and Benj. Really good young outfielders.
Boyd looks at first. He has an excellent move. The pitch. Ewing shows bunt and bunts it foul off the netting behind the plate. 0-1.
Looked like he was trying to pull that bunt with him and bunt it towards Nico.
Ewing, 21 years old, and this is rookie season. Pregame playing in at third. The pitch by Boyd. Ewing swings and misses at a slider in the hole. 0-2. Ewing, a 4th-round pick by the Mets in 2023. Compensatory pick that the Mets got after Texas signed Jacob deGrom. Now the 0-2. Pop foul out of play off to the left.
You think he's 21 years old and he's in the big leagues. And he just was picked just a couple years ago. I mean, this is some kind of move through minor league baseball to get to the big leagues, and it's not like he's struggling here. He's hitting 261, so he's figured it out. It's a big tip of the cap to him. Not only the baseball skills, but the social skills and all that goes into being a big league ball player.
Boyd misses low with a slider. The count is 1-2. Ewing, a native of Ohio.
One I forgot, and it's New York.
Oh, there's that.
There's that part too.
There have been some young guys who have dominated in New York. Just off the top of my head, I can think of a few. Here's the 1-2. And a ground ball hit on the left side, fielded by Pregame to Swanson at second for one, on to first, double play, 5-6-3, and they get Ewing 2 away.
Well, Ewing hits this ball hard, but on 2 hops to the left of Bregman, who's playing over in the hole. So Bregman gets this ball. Now he's like basically the shortstop. He shovels this ball over to Dansby, who, if you were a softball player in Chicago, is playing short center. And he turns the pivot at second, and the Cubs turn a double play.
Here's Ronnie Mauricio, right-handed batter, the pitch. And a high fly ball hit to deep right. Conforto going back at the track near the wall. Does he have a play? Yes! Makes a half-hearted leap, and the catch backing up and gently touches the wall. Out number 3. Nice play by Conforto. We head to the third.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes,
you look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second, this is the backstory. Okay, this is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings. See southwest.com/WSJ.
Miguel Amaya is on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Cubs and Mets are scoreless as we begin the top half of the third inning. Freddie Peralta on the mound for New York. Here's the pitch. High and tight to Amaya with a fastball. 1-0 the count. Amaya to be followed by Dansby Swanson, then Pete Crow Armstrong. Peralta delivers, and Amaya hits a sky-high pop-up, shallow center. Baby drifting back, still drifting back, has a play and makes the catch. 1 away.
Third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union, the people in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go. Consumers Credit Union.
So here is the man of this series, Dansby Swanson. 7 for 12 over the first 3 games of this series with 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Yeah, you heard right. Peralta hands over the head, high leg kick and pitch. Inside to Swanson for ball 1.
Talk about a guy that couldn't wait to get on a team bus and get back to the ballpark.
The 1-0. And a ground ball hit on the left side. Fielded deep in the hole at short by Mauricio. Sidearm throw to first. It pulls Vientos off the bag briefly, but able to tap back at the base before Swanson gets there for the out. 2 away.
The one thing this Mets team, win or lose today, does not want to do is have a bad defensive day. They had one of the worst you're going to see a big league team have yesterday. And now today, that's the one thing you just can't do that. You got to play good defense and at least make the routine plays. Yesterday, they did not do that with 6 errors in the game.
Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate and looks at a fastball for a strike from Freddie Peralta. PCA has the only hit of the game, either team so far. He singled to lead off. Now the 0-1. And awkward Swing and a tap foul at the plate on a curveball. 0-2. PCA has always performed well against Freddie Peralta. Came into play 6 for 17 lifetime against Peralta, 353 average with a home run and a double, and he singled to lead off this game. The pitch is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Lefties this season have done much better against Peralta. At times, he is very difficult against lefties, especially a few years back with that changeup.
The 1-2. Just missed.
They were
apparently.
debating on challenging. They did not, as that pitch missed wide. Alvarez wanted that pitch. Jordan Baker said no. Jordan Baker was right.
Alvarez had the hand raised up. He was about to touch the top of his head and then didn't do it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count on PCA. Peralta acknowledges the sign from Alvarez. Hands over the head. He works his motion and deals. A swing and a miss. Strike 3 at a pitch in the dirt. And that ends the top half of the 3rd inning. Cubs go down in order. We head to the last of the 3rd. Scoreless game. Cubs.
Here comes Hernandez. Into a slide. He made the catch. That'll bring them to their feet.
Sliding stop by Sanoha. He plucks it. A heck of a play from Javi. Merrill sprinting back, jumps and makes a catch.
Just another huge play. Mason making it look easy.
Showing off the range. Mr. Cali Cool getting it done.
Ward is back and he makes a running catch.
Coming on, say Don. He dives. Did he catch it? Unbelievable defense there by Rafaela.
What a 4-6-3. Nunez to Abrams to Garcia.
And that Dodger defense doing it again. Neal lays out and makes a phenomenal catch. And they got him by the thumb. Say done. Say you're gone.
Nicely done by Junior Caminero down there at 3rd base.
Over to second for one. Oh, a beautiful throw from Meyer. In-time double play. Merrill comes in and catches. That was a tough play.
The hardest play a center fielder has to make.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Or federally insured by NCUA.
Bottom 3 in New York. Cubs and Mets are scoreless. It's partly cloudy, 75 degrees. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. MJ Melendez at the plate for New York. Matthew Boyd on the mound, and the pitch is a high drive hit to deep left, going back Happ near the track, makes the catch, backing up onto the track for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now that ball kind of slapped that by Menendez, but he got it right on the barrel, and that ball carried pretty well to the left. So that was not his ace swing, and that ball went to the warning track. So the ball is carrying tonight here at Citi Field.
Now the batter, Brett Beatty, the number 9 hitter in the Mets order. He's playing second base tonight, a .217 hitter. Boyd kicks and delivers, and starts off Beatty with a fastball for a strike, 0-1.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Bregman playing in on the edge of the infield grass, wide of 3rd. Swanson up the middle, just to the left of second base. The right side playing the left-handed hitting Beatty to pull. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Slider from Boyd, 0-2. Boyd working quickly. He rocks back and deals the pitch. Awkward swing and miss. Strike 3 as Boyd doubles up on the slider, and Beatty is retired, 2 away.
Good pitch by Matthew. A couple good sliders in a row, and great location. Not even good. Now this ball starts out inner half and ends up down and away. Get another punch out for Boyd, and that's second punch out he's got with that slider against the lefty.
Third of the game. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Carson Benj digs in. The pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. I forgot. We've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. As Boyd peers in, he's ready.
Well, you sounded really excited.
The 1-0. That's inside to Benj, 2-0.
Fire away.
All right, I'm going to go. I think this is a big audience here this evening at Citi Field. I'm going to say 37,500.
Okay.
Here comes the 2-0 delivery by Boyd. And Benj looks at a ball up high. Fastball that missed, 3-0.
I am going to say 30. I don't know if it's a little more or less than yesterday. What did we have yesterday night? We had 36, right? Only 30.
Night we had 33,000. That
33?
last pitch off the outside, ball 4. Benj draws a 2-out walk here in the bottom of the third.
36,500 I'm going to go.
36,500.
Hey, Schrager, you awake back there? Oh, Schrager, our engineer, we got to keep him going. That doubleheader took a lot out of him yesterday. So
yeah, he was spent.
He's doing better today, folks. He's got the cat shirt on. He is absolutely looking marvelous tonight.
That's one word. Bo Bichette looks at a curveball that floats into the zone for a strike. 0-1 the count. Marvelous, you
now,
say.
My partner, the other one that's usually in his booth with with the three of us, Pat Hughes, was wondering about the cat shirts, and I told him you have it on tonight.
Bichette swings
I know
and
he's
misses.
smiling in that north side of Chicago somewhere.
0-2 the count on Bichette. Yeah, so Schrager is a cat dad. He's got 3 cats, I believe, right? He's giving me a thumbs up. And he's wearing a Hawaiian-style shirt, but instead of the flowers, it's a bunch of cats. A lot of them. Throw to first, diving back in safely, Benj.
Schrags, you got a guess? $34,176, he says. Now, are you a little disappointed because there's a lot of dogs here today?
Ground ball up the middle. It is backhanded on the outfield grass by Horner, but he can't make a throw. Everyone's safe. Benj stops at second. Bichette with an infield single. First hit of the game for the Mets. And now New York threatening with men at first and second. 2 away, and the dangerous Juan Soto duo.
Yeah, this ball not hit very sharply. It's just rolled to the pull side, and that's kind of the spot. If you're going to roll a ground ball, if you hit it to your pull side back through the middle, that's the spot that there's really, nobody can defend that. Kind of what used to be just hitting the ball back through the middle. And that's exactly where that ball was hit. So it's going to be a base hit, and now you got to face Soto with 2 men on.
Soto walked in the first. An enormously powerful left-handed batter. Men at first and second, 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Scoreless game. Boyd checks first, now looks at second, works his motion and deals. And Soto looks at the ball up high, a curve that missed. Soto on the year hitting at .299. He's got 17 home runs. It's out of a crouch. Feet spread wide apart, uses a toe tap. The pitch is fouled back. I think that might have gotten a bite out of Amaya. 1-1.
I think that one foul tipped off the top of his glove and went to the backstop. This guy generates some kind of bat speed. I'll tell you, you'd be hard to find somebody that gets the bat through the hitting zone any faster than Soto does. That's how he generates so much power.
Now the 1-1. Ball low. Slider that missed. 2-1 the count on Soto. can't teach the kind of bat speed he has. That's a natural gift.
He's special. There's no doubt about that. That's why he's got the contract he's got, the numbers he has put up through the years and year after year, big home run numbers. This guy is a special player.
The 2-1 delivery. Just missed it.
That's a good pitch.
Challenge.
See where that one ends up. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
It's a ball low.
Confirmed. Chicago's down to 1 challenge.
As you heard Jordan Baker say, Cubs lose a challenge. They've got 1 for the rest of regulation. 3-1 the count on Soto. That was a change that missed. 2 on, 2 away, bottom 3. Scoreless game, but the Mets are threatening. Soto waits. Boyd's ready. Here's the 3-1. Low and outside, ball 4. And now the Mets have the bases loaded with 2 down and the cleanup man, Mark Vientos, due up.
I think if you're Matthew Boyd, you just, you've got to be careful, and you can't throw a ball in the middle of the plate to Soto and let him put a 3 spot on the board right away. So he's very careful to him throwing. I thought the pitch that was a challenge was a breaking ball. The scoreboard said changeup. I thought he threw a good hook and it just missed, but he tried another hook and it didn't. Soto did not chase, and Tommy Hotovy out on the mound talking to his left-hander Boyd, and just probably more so than anything else to see how they're going to attack Vientos.
Now Jordan Baker, the home plate umpire, breaks up the mound meeting, wants to get the game moving along. Here's the situation. Bottom 3, no score, Cubs and Mets, but New York threatening. Bases loaded. Bench at third, Bichette at second, Soto at first. Vientos at the plate. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the first. 0 for 1. Right-handed batter with 10 home runs. The left-hander Boyd takes a peek at third. That's where Benj is. He's working on the left side of the rubber. Now the pitch. Called strike, a changeup, and now Vientos is going to challenge.
A little changeup away. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
And it's a ball.
Overturned. New York has 2 left.
It's just down.
So 1-0 the count on Vientos. Bases loaded for the Mets, 2 away. Boyd trying to work out of this jam. Along set, the 1-0. Vientos out in front, swings and misses at a changeup. 1-1.
Pretty good pitch by Matthew there. That one, good location down. Might have got a little more of the plate than he probably wanted, but that one really backed up on Vientos.
Here comes the 1-1 delivery. Vientos swings and misses. That time, Boyd zipping a fastball by him. 1-2.
Timing, that's what pitching's all about, is trying to disrupt the hitter's timing. A couple off-speed pitches and gas at the top of the zone. So now let's see at 1-2. Matthew needs to make a big pitch.
Boyd peers in. Acknowledges the sign from Amaya. Puts the ball in the glove. Sets chest high. Works his motion and deals. Vientos pops it up. Foul out of play off to the right. Count remains 1-2. Boyd went with a heater there.
Slide step fastball at the top of the zone. That's that two-seamer we were talking about. That ball running away from the right-handed hitter right at the top of the zone.
Does he double up on the fastball or go off speed here? Let's see. Bases loaded, 1-2 the count. Boyd's ready. Now the pitch. Off the outside. Change up. 2-2. Big spot in the game. Bases loaded, 2 away. Bottom 3, no score. Boyd deals. Vientos pops it up on the infield. Back of third. In foul territory. It's Bregman. Makes the catch. out number 3, and Boyd works out of the bases-loaded jam. We head to the 4th. Cubs and Mets are scoring.
Oh, just go up and get it. What a grab by Antonacci.
Welcome back, Dalton Varsho.
Crawford out of the glove. Emerson to first. What a play. Tip the catch.
Long way to go. Can he get there into a slide? He makes a spectacular catch.
Lucas over made the catch.
Diving catch in left. How about that?
And leaping on the warning track to make the catch.
Jacob Young after it, onto the track, near the wall, he's got it! And a diving puck from Stock. What a play to save a Bear.
Diving play by Wilson, gets to his feet, throw to first, and he got him! That's how we start the ball game.
He makes a sliding grab. First Pages, then Call.
This is a tremendous play.
That was outstanding.
From foul territory, throws to first in time. We've done that once or twice.
Reaches out, dives, and he makes the catch! Whoa, what a play!
Taken out of the game as a pitcher, but the Ohtani rule allows him to stay in as the DH.
Ohtani, did he? Ohtani! Ohtani has done it again! His 3rd home run!
An all-time game for an all-time player. 3 homers. He makes it 5-0.
114 off the bat, and this one only 427.
It's the opposite way.
Yeah, he's alive. He's back.
Legendary lineup. Visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places.
Before we start the 4th inning here in New York, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, we are 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM and HD1 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station on the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat. Top of the 4th here in New York, the finale of this 4-game set. Cubs and Mets are scoreless. Pat will rejoin us tomorrow night when the Cubs start a 3-game series against first-place Milwaukee at American Family Field. Michael Conforto digs in against former Brewer Freddie Peralta, who now pitches for the Mets. And the first pitch is off the outside to Conforto, 1-0. Big job by Matthew Boyd in the last of the 3rd. Here's the 1-0. Conforto pops it up left side out of play behind the Cubs dugout along the 3rd baseline, 1-1. Mets were threatening, bases loaded with 2 away, and he got Vientos to pop out and end the frame. Conforto caught looking his first time up. Here's the 1-1. Up high. 2 balls and a strike. Quiet City Field here in the top of the 4th. The 2-1 delivery. Conforto hits one on the ground, shortstop area, fielded by Bichette, the 3rd baseman, and the throw across is in time to get Conforto 1 down.
Ball hit pretty well the other way, and that's what you got to do against Peralta with the back and forth, the speed, a lot like what Matthew Boyd is doing. There are times, if they're on, and they both look pretty sharp today, you got to give something to get something as a hitter.
Michael Busch at the plate, and he looks at a changeup for a ball. 1-0 the count. Is low. Bichette playing in wide of 3rd. Peralta kicks and delivers. And Busch pulls one on the ground. Oh, diving backhand stop by Vientos. He knocked it down, but unable to retrieve. And Busch is safe at first with a single.
Ball well struck. Vientos with diving stop. He just can't corral this ball, and it just trickles away from him. That's the same kind of play that was the error yesterday, where he made the catch and then from his knees tried to throw it to first and didn't, threw it away. But this is a pretty good play by Vientos, just couldn't quite finish it. Be a single for Michael Busch.
Second hit of the ball game for the Cubs. The batter, Alex Bregman. And he looks at a breaking ball for strike, 0-1. Bregman grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Peralta. A long set and the pitch. Misses off the outside. Fastball from Peralta. Bregman is the Cubs cleanup man tonight. As Peralta gets ready to work his motion. The 1-1. Called strike, changeup at the top of the zone. Bregman did not like the call. Looks back at Jordan Baker, but doesn't challenge. Cubs have already lost one challenge today.
Yeah, that pitch, perfect changeup by Peralta. It starts out away and comes back to the outside corner. That would have been a bad challenge. That ball just clipped the corner.
Pitch in the dirt. Bush trying to take second. The throw nowhere near in time, and Bush now at second base.
Wild pitch for Peralta. This pitch in the dirt, good block by Alvarez, but a great read at first base by Michael Bush as he takes off. Soon as he sees this ball hit the dirt and start going forward, he goes. Alvarez comes up firing, but Bushy with a great read ends up taking second base.
Heads up baseball. Bregman at the plate with a 2-2 count and a man in scoring position. Peralta checks second. That's where Bush is. Another look. Now he delivers. Low and outside. Full count. Bregman in the series is 0 for 9. A long set, and now the payoff pitch. A bouncing ball hit to the left side, fielded by Bichette. Throw across in time to get Bregman 2 away. Bush has to stay at second base.
Don't see a lot of this, but you've seen it a couple times this inning. The right-on-right changeup from Peralta, and he's got a good one, and he's got confidence in when he's on a roll, and where he's going to throw it. As he starts this ball out away, and it just kind of fades back to the outside corner. We saw him do that twice in the same at-bat against Bregman.
Now Ian Happ at the plate. The pitch. Little looper in the right, coming in and making the catch is Benj for out number 3. Bush is stranded at second base. We head to the bottom of the fourth. No score. Cubs and Mets.
You can see a lot of different characters at the ballpark, and this week brought out some of the best.
I just hope that whatever was going on with that hot dog, that dog now owned that hot dog. I have not seen a cup on the bottom of a spike.
This is more of a hand grenade than it was a throw toward second.
Osuna hits one into the cone.
So look up and look out.
That bat exploded, and the Mariners have him loaded up.
Florida man's a real thing, Dwayne.
Tarps off. Freebird time at Bush.
Fantastic entertainment.
Hats off and shirts off for the top defensive plays of the week.
Towards the side rail, he crashes into the wall, and he made the catch!
Another stop by Peraza, throw from his back, and he got it! Now, look, if you dare, I shall not drop the ball.
Church is gonna make a diving catch!
Holy smokes, what a catch by Julio Rodriguez.
Into the dugout, flips into the dugout. Did he hold on? He did. How about that?
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Bottom of the fourth in New York, the finale of a 4-game set between the Cubs and Mets were scoreless. Francisco Alvarez will dig in to lead off the Mets half of the fourth inning against left-hander Matthew Boyd. He's given up just 1 hit over the first 3 innings. He did work out of a bases-loaded jam in the third. Lefty-righty matchup. Boyd rocks back, high leg kick and pitch. And Alvarez looks at a ball low, a slider that missed. Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app, save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Here's the 1-0. Alvarez, check swing, doesn't matter. That's a called strike, fastball in the zone. And Alvarez is going to challenge.
It's kind of odd challenge here early in the at-bat. This ball strike challenge, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. And that ball got a lot of the strike zone. And that's kind of an odd challenge here. Fourth inning, nobody out.
So each team has lost a challenge in this game. That pitch was at the top of the zone, right along the outside edge. 1-1 the count. Boyd deals inside to Alvarez, 2-1. On the board, how about this? Junior Caminero hit 3 home runs today in the Rays' 13-2 victory over the Royals in Tampa. Alvarez pops it up. Right side, foul territory. Bush racing over near the Mets dugout. Has a play. Makes the catch. 1 away.
Play by Michael to get over there early and then be able to navigate that wall. Never did get to front of the dugout, but that's a pretty good day.
Yeah, that is a pretty good day.
3 bombs.
By Junior Caminero, one of the best young sluggers in baseball. Other action, the Pirates, a 5-1 victory over the Mariners. The A's outslugged the Giants 9-6. Lawrence Butler had the go-ahead RBI single. A.J. Ewing in the box, left-handed batter with 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch by Boyd is just off the outside, 1-0.
Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball in Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score in the Odyssey app.
The next pitch by Boyd is a swing and a miss by Ewing, 1-1. Other action, the Astros leading the Tigers 1-0. Bottom of the 6th inning, Taylor Trammell with a solo home run, his second of the year. Curtis Mead with a solo shot. Nationals lead the Phillies 5-0 in the 5th. Boyd delivers. Ewing hits one on the ground. Backhanded stop by Nico. Takes his time. Throw to first in time to get Ewing 2 away.
Well, the one thing we've seen in this series that's, a major difference, and it's showed itself in this series, but we see it on a regular basis. There's no team in baseball that plays defense like the Cubs. Just around the field, just about every position, and Nico makes a nice play on a sharply hit ball, backhand play, and makes it look very routine. But it is all but routine, but the Cubs do it day after day after day.
Ronnie Mauricio at the plate. He looks at a strike, a fastball from Boyd, 0-1.
First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Boyd's ready. The 0-1, and now time called by Mauricio. So we'll have a little bit of delay. 0-1 the count. It's funny, you were talking about the Cubs defense. I had a visit with President of Baseball Operations Jed Hoyer during the pregame show prior to the start of this one. The 0-1 to Mauricio is high and tight for a ball. 1-1 the count. And the Cubs made a trade with the Mets late last night, officially announced today. They've acquired veteran left-hander David Peterson to help fill in the rotation. The 1-1 by Boyd. Mauricio swings, line drive over a leaping Bregman. Base hit down the left field line. This will roll all the way to the corner. Mauricio digging for second. He gets there standing up. 2-out double for Ronnie Mauricio here in the fourth. Scoreless game, Cubs and Mets. But one of the things that Hoyer brought up about making that trade for Peterson is the fact that he is a ground ball pitcher, and he feels like he'll have a much better advantage with the Cubs because of the defense that the Cubs play.
Well, you're pitching in the summer, too, and the last thing you want is another fly ball guy as the summer's rolling around here and getting warm at Wrigley. So I've always thought the guys that have dominated at Wrigley Field, sinker ballers.
MJ Melendez at the plate and looks at a ball low and outside, 1-0. That's an excellent point.
I mean, from the time I've been a kid, to now. And the guys that are ground ball pitchers do well at Wrigley. They just always have. And then, to Jed's point, when you start adding the Cubs defense, now that's a good combination, that's for sure. And Peterson, I read.
Line drive knocked down by Swanson, back of second. Everybody's safe. Men at the corners now give Melendez an infield single, but Dansby saved a run with that diving knockdown behind the back.
This ball scorched right over the head of Matthew Boyd. Dansby lays out for this ball and knocks it down, as you said, Z. I'm sure he thought he should have caught it, but this is a really difficult catch. I mean, you're fully laid out on an absolute scorched line drive. But it's a great job by Dansby to keep the ball in the infield. That's the goal because it saves the run.
All right, so once again, Boyd has to work out of a jam. Men at the corners, 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Brett Beatty, left-handed hitter at the plate. Boyd delivers, and Beatty fouls it out of play off to the left. 0-1.
Yeah, but you start talking about pitching in Wrigley Field, and, in the middle of summer, from the time I was a little kid, Dennis Lamp, Rick Russell was a star for the Cubs for a long time, Big Daddy. And then as you move on, you start thinking about guys. Greg Maddux was a star for the Cubs, obviously, Hall of Famer.
Beatty chops one on the right side, fielded by Horner. Shovel toss to Bush at first, in time to get the speedy Beatty for out number 3. And once again, Boyd works out of the jam.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Load the Great Clips app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Top 5 at Citi Field in New York. Cubs and Mets are scoreless. Nico Horner at the plate to lead things off here in the 5th. Freddie Peralta works his motion and deals, and Nico looks at a strike, a fastball from the right-hander Peralta. Right at the top of the zone along the outside edge. Nico popped out his first time up. In game 2 of the doubleheader last night, he hit 3 doubles. Here's the 0-1. Low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. A breaking ball that missed. Nico hitting at 241. And the pitch. Foul back off the screen. 1-2.
Big rip on that pitch away by Nico.
Horner with 6 doubles in his last 5 games, and that includes this one tonight. He waits for the 1-2. Here it comes. Off the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slider that missed. Planes overhead here at Citi Field. The 2-2. Horner swings and pops it up again. Foul territory off to the left. Bichette has a play and makes the catch. One away.
This pitch away, and Nico tries to pull this ball and pops it up. And a second pop-up for Nico to Bichette at third. Don't see that too often from Nico Horner.
So here comes Pedro Ramirez. I mentioned the planes overhead. LaGuardia Airport is right next door.
Now, are we flying out of LaGuardia tonight, or do we got to go to the other airport?
I haven't checked the itinerary as Pedro Ramirez fouls it back off the screen. I'm guessing not out of LaGuardia tonight.
I kind of think so, yeah. Unfortunately. LaGuardia is like driver 9-iron from here, and the other, what's the other one?
There's JFK, Kennedy Airport.
Yeah, it's not close.
The 01. It's a little bit closer, and then you go across the river to New Jersey, Newark Airport. There's one on Long Island, Islip. One north of here. Oh, I can go on and on. Here comes the 1-1. Ramirez looks at a ball, a changeup that missed. 2-1 the count on the Cubs switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Peralta. Ramirez, a native of Venezuela, says his family is fine after the earthquakes that rocked the area yesterday. Ramirez fouls this one out of play off to the left. He was emotional talking about it prior to today's ball game with the media. You can imagine, very scary situation. So we send our thoughts and prayers to everyone out there.
I played in Venezuela, and it's an old country, and you get natural disasters like that. It's scary, and nothing you can do to try to protect yourself.
Ramirez swings and misses strike 3 at a fastball, 2 away.
I know we've experienced it in Florida since I've moved part-time down there, with the hurricane issues. And, boy, I saw some of the issues in Venezuela. And I played down there. It's just incredible place. At least it was. And, you feel for all these people that are lost their homes. And
Miguel Amaya at the plate. He fouls away the first pitch just to the right of us. 0-1. Yeah, it's a country that's been through a lot.
Yeah, that's for sure. Great people in Venezuela. We talk about people that love to have fun. They're citizens. It's a fun place. They've had their issues with all their other issues they got politically, but man, that's a cool place.
That last pitch in the dirt by Peralta. So the count is 1-1 on Amaya. There's so many Venezuelans throughout Major League Baseball. Amaya waits. Peralta works his motion. Here's the 1-1. Line foul out of play off to the right. 1-2. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Cubs and Mets are scoreless. Cubs trying to sweep the Mets in the season series. They took all 3 at Wrigley earlier this year. The pitch. Amaya hits a sky-high pop-up. Foul territory near the Cubs dugout along the third base line, but this one's in the stands. 1-2. Cubs have only gone undefeated in a regular season against the Mets once before. They won all 7 meetings in 2015. It didn't matter in the playoffs in 2015. The next year, Cubs won the World Series. Here's the 1-2. Tap foul off to the left.
Yeah, come playoff time in 15, the Mets were at full strength and playing great baseball. Their pitching was outstanding, and they beat up on the Cubs pretty good in that National League Championship Series. Cubs got back the next year, 16 in a big way.
The 1-2 in the dirt. Check swing by Amaya on appeal. No swing, says Junior Valentine at first, so it's 2-2. Remember,
it was almost like the Cubs when they got to that championship series. Like that was a big victory to get there, and they just weren't quite ready to take the next step. And the Mets were.
Here's the 2-2. Low and outside. Amaya's worked a full count. Mets would go on to lose to the Royals in the World Series. Just remember Daniel Murphy would eventually end up on the Cubs. Just had a monster playoff series for the Mets.
I think he had a big series against the Cubs, too. I think he had 4 or 5 home runs against the Cubs in that series.
Amaya fouls this one back out of play. Count remains 3-2.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Home plate umpire Jordan Baker dusting off the plate. There is activity in the Cubs bullpen. Right-hander Ethan Roberts has started to warm up. 3-2 the count. Amaya waits with 2 down here in the top of the 5th. A long set by Peralta. And now the pitch. Amaya swings, lines one, deep left center, racing over Melendez, and he makes the catch just short of the track to the right of the 370 marker in left center field for out number 3. Cubs go down in order here in the top of the 5th. Middle 5, no score. Cubs.
They've got a man picked off. Chavez hits his top of his hat. Now they get Napoli at third base. How about that? It hit the top of the helmet of Chavez and bounced directly at an Angels infielder. A huge out here in the 7th inning.
Oh, they dodged a huge bullet there.
High drive, deep to right field. Heim has done it again. Tie game. 3-1. It's high. They come all the way back.
Flips it high in the air to left field. Back at the wall. This ball is gone. It is down for a hit. Here comes Ward, and the Dodgers win it.
They get Jacob Mizorowski, the hottest pitcher in Major League Baseball.
Jacob Mizorowski not messing around.
You're going to get a heater with Mizorowski, so you better be geared up for it. Even if you are, you're still not going to hit it.
Herrera, bouncing ball up the middle, diving stop, Massey, a flip, and an out! Tolbert and Massey combine! Put a star next to that one!
Cam Schlittler tonight was Cam Schlittler. That good, that dominant, that consistent.
Climate. James Hardie Building Products siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
On Sunday, July 5th, the Cubs take on the Cardinals at 1:30 in the afternoon. Up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans aged 13 and under will receive a Clark the Cub building block set presented by Southwest Airlines. Be sure to arrive early. Last of the 5th here in New York. Cubs and Mets are scoreless. The batter is Carson Bench, left-handed hitter against the left-hander Matthew Boyd, who kicks and fires. Bench swings, and it's a high fly ball, shallow right center coming in. Pete Crow Armstrong, and he makes a running catch for out number 1.
Oh, we don't have to look at the itinerary. I got under, for sure, we are flying out of Newark from very good contact. That person is on our plane, so you know that's a good one.
Yeah. Were you planning on going alone and not with the team?
No, it's our team plane. Thanks, right. Joey.
Well, there you go. Bo Bichette at the plate. Here's the pitch, high and tight from Boyd. 1-0. Bichette 1 for 2 with a single in the 3rd. Scoreless game. Boyd on the mound for the first time since May 3rd. Here's the 1-0. Bichette fouls it off the netting to the right. 1-1. Boyd had minor knee surgery, then some shoulder soreness, but he looks healthy tonight in his return to the Hill. The 1-1 delivery. Bichette swings and misses, took a hefty cut at a fastball and almost fell over home plate. 1-2.
Yeah, that's about, as hard as you can swing and stay on 2 feet. And barely stay on 2 feet. That's just swinging too hard. Boyd just threw that ball right past the shot. Keep wanting to call him Dante.
They're related.
Flashbacks.
The 1-2 is foul back out of play off to the right, 1-2. Dante's his dad.
Yeah, Dante's his dad, and his dad took a big swing too. His dad could hit a ball a mile. Dante, an outstanding big league outfielder for a really long time.
1-2 the count. Boyd deals. Bichette swings and fouls it off the netting to the right again. Count remains 1-2. So you piqued my interest. So there is such a thing as swinging too hard.
Oh yeah, you can swing as hard as you want, but there's certain mechanical things that have to happen for the swing to be effective. So you can swing as hard as you can. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, if your eyes come off the ball and you can't keep your eyes at contact, what good is it to swing hard when you can't see the ball?
The 1-2, a swing and a miss, strike 3. It was another hard swing by Bichette, but Boyd gets him with a slider, 2 away.
And then the eyes give you away because you swing hard. His face is looking out towards the left field stands and the ball's down in the dirt. And so you can swing as hard as you want, but you've got to be able to keep your head at contact long enough to see the ball hit the bat. That's first. To say nothing about the rest of your body staying in, in the swing. But, yep.
Juan Soto grounds one off the glove. Took a tricky hop of Bregman and into left field. Ian Happ quickly gets the ball back into the infield. They're going to give Soto a single. Bregman was playing deep in the hole where a shortstop normally would be.
If Bregman catches this ball, I don't think he's going to be able to throw out Soto no matter what. Bregman's, he's playing in the outfield grass, right on the edge of the grass, running towards the third base line hard. So I don't think he's going to. This is bring out Craig Counsell and Matthew Boyd. It's a big couple claps from his manager. He did a very nice job here in New York tonight, his first time back.
They get Jacob Mizorowski, the hottest pitcher in Major League Baseball.
Jacob Mizorowski not messing around.
You're going to get a heater with Mizorowski, so you better be geared up for it. Even if you are, you're still not going to hit it.
Herrera, bouncing ball up the middle, diving stop, Massey, a flip, and an out! Tolbert and Massey combine! Put a star next to that one!
Cam Schlittler tonight was Cam Schlittler. That good, that dominant, that consistent.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Riley Green looking to add on and maybe take a lead.
Riley Green, fly ball right center field. This one's deep. Watch it fly. Gone. How about it? Riley Green's first of the postseason delivers a 4-3 lead for the Tigers in the seventh.
4 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Right-hander Ethan Roberts is the new man on the mound for the Cubs. The man at first, Juan Soto, is Boyd's responsibility. But again, with 2 away, Ethan Roberts being tasked to get the Cubs out of the inning. The cleanup man, the right-handed batting Mark Vientos, will dig in. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Roberts has an ERA of 3 this season for the Cubs. Sets up high. Works his motion and deals. And misses with a breaking ball. 1-0.
4 2/3 for Matthew, and I know you were talking about him as we were getting back on the air. 76 pitches, and
I think probably most of all is he looked sharp. He looked like the arm was great. Knee didn't seem like a problem. Great fastballs. That ball's chopped foul by Vientos towards the Cubs dugout. But everything looked good. It's right from the very beginning. The very first hitter, he got Benj with a punch out. Threw some really good sliders tonight, some good breaking balls. And his fastball early in the ball game through like first 3 innings was about as good as you're going to see his heater.
The 1-1. Vientos pops it up right side behind first base in foul territory. Bush has a play now near the coach's box. Makes the catch. Out number 3. Soto stranded on the bases. After 5, we're scoreless. Cubs and Mets.
Looking for the best team in the American League? You got to go to Tampa.
And the Rays have won another.
The Rays are cooking, and they're doing it with their own special recipe. It starts on the mound where Drew Rasmussen, Steven Matz, Nick Martinez, and Big Mac Shane McClanahan are holding it down.
And a quick swing and miss. He got him with the hard stuff.
This rotation is just suffocating opposing hitters, pitching to a sub-3 ERA backed by a lights-out bullpen. At the disc, Junior Caminero is proving he's an elite middle-of-the-order masher.
And that one's gonna go. Home run, Caminero.
And don't sleep on Jonathan Aranda and Yandy Diaz bats either. Those 3 have combined to drive in more than 90 runs already this season. Playing in the same division as the Yankees, Tampa will need to maintain their momentum. Maybe even kick it up a notch. But this season's Rays seem to be up to any challenge.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
I guess the answer to who's on first is Southwest Airlines, official airline of your Chicago Cubs. Based on WSJ's 2025 rankings, see southwest.com/WSJ.
Every team needs a closer. Injured? Dial Pound Law. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Morgan & Morgan, 332 South Michigan Avenue, Chicago.
Dansby Swanson's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Top of the 6th here in New York. It's the finale of a 4-game set between the Cubs and Mets. This one so far a very different game than the first 3. It's pitcher's duel. We're scoreless. Dansby Swanson, one of the big reasons why the Cubs have won the first 3 games of this series. Some big offensive numbers. 9 runs in the first game and then 10 runs in each game of the doubleheader yesterday. Swanson waits, Peralta deals, and a breaking ball that floats into the zone for a strike, 0-1. Dansby's 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to short. He's 7 for 13 in the series now with 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in. The 0-1. Swanson takes a ball inside, a changeup that missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peralta's ready. Here's the pitch. That's a sweeper that missed. 2-1.
Breaking ball starts out inside. Must have just missed the inside corner. Dansby with a good take.
Swanson calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts the batting gloves, and digs back in. Dansby stands deep in the box, hits out of a crouch, uses a toe tap. Peralta hands over the head. High leg kick and pitch. Dansby fouls it on the ground off to the left. 2-2. So there have only been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that have had 18 RBIs in a 4-game span. That's the record. The 2-2. Line drive foul out of play off to the right. There's still time in this game. As Dansby entered play with 15 ribbies over the first 3 games. Just looking at the names: Soriano, Sosa, DiMaggio, Lazzeri, Gehrig.
No Ruth?
No Ruth. Jim Bottomley is the other one. So I guess 6 guys have done it. Here's the pitch. Check swing. At a fastball on appeal. No swing, says the first base umpire, Junior Valentine. So Swanson's worked a full count. Dansby waits for the payoff pitch. Here it comes from Peralta. He taps it foul off to the left.
Yeah, I'd say there's pretty good names on that list. That's,
Now, if Dansby joins them by the end of the night, mark it down.
Yep.
National League Player of the Week.
He's going to need a bomb here before this night's over to do that.
The 3-2 and a hard hit ground ball deep in the hole at short, backhanded by Mauricio. The throw across, unable to be dug out at first by Vientos. So Swanson is safe.
And you knew once or if the Mets made an error tonight in this game, they were going to hear it from the fans. And this ball's picked. Backhand. Now all you got to do is just set your feet and make a good strong throw across the diamond. And that doesn't happen. And Mauricio throws this ball low. It doesn't get dug out of the dirt. Vientos can't pick it. And now you're hearing the boo birds from the Mets fans.
So give Mauricio an error. Not only are you hearing the boos in the stands here at Citi Field, but the crowd, and it started last night for the first time. It's continued today. They're chanting the name of Pete Alonso, first baseman who they did not bring back, and he's now in Baltimore.
Tough shoes to fill when you've got a guy that's the cornerstone of your franchise and you let him go. He did a lot of things that were really good here in New York, man. Let him go. That was a tough one.
All right, so Swanson at first after the error on Mauricio. Pete Crow Armstrong digs in, 1 for 2 with a single. Left-handed batter against the right-hander Peralta. Bichette playing in at third. A long set by Peralta. Now the pitch. Way outside. 1-0. Errors by Cubs opponents, sponsored by North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. I think it's the most we've ever read that in any series.
Yeah. It's a Hall of Fame read. I got to let the Hall of Famer know tomorrow. You're on.
Oh boy. Crow Armstrong whacks this one foul out of play off to the left. 1-1. I don't want to steal his thunder.
No, it's a Hall of Fame diaper read. You got it down. It's good. Didn't our friend Dick Vitale call it a diaper dandy?
Yeah.
There you go.
We definitely
he'd drop
have
a diaper dandy on you. Yeah, that's what he would drop on you.
Literally.
Our old buddies. He was just a phenomenal guy. Dickie V.
Pitch up high. Snap throw to first. Tag applied by Vientos, but Swanson able to dive in ahead of the tag. 2-1 the count.
Alvarez, he likes to throw to the bases, especially first. He fires this one. Dansby back pretty easily.
All right, so 2-1 the count. Crow Armstrong waits. Here's the pitch. That one missed. A changeup by Peralta.
I thought Alvarez was going to challenge this one and decides not to. This little change just missed off the plate, down and away. He was thinking about it.
They've already lost one challenge. The pitch. Crow Armstrong grounds one off the mound to the right, fielded by Peralta. Underhand toss to Vientos at first. PCA is retired. One away. Advancing to second on the play. Swanson. Couldn't tell if that hit off Peralta or the front slope of the mound.
No, it hit Peralta in the bottom of the leg. I think either the spike or the ankle. I'm guessing because of the way he's moving around, it hit the bottom of his spike and then just trickled off the mound. If it rolled a little farther, Pete would have had a chance. But Peralta, a very good athlete. He got to that ball in pretty good shape.
But now Swanson in scoring position. Coombe with one away here in the top of the sixth. Michael Conforto at the plate. The pitch. Conforto lines one for a base hit to right. Ball quickly fielded by Benj. Quintenberry sending Swanson around. Here's the throw, the slide. Swanson's in there. RBI single, Michael Conforto, and the Cubs strike first. A 1-0 lead over the Mets here in the sixth.
Well, we always talk about it, when a guy comes back to the ball club that let him go, traded him away, you know, there's that extra added incentive to do some damage against your old club. That's exactly what Conforto does here. Hits a bullet to right. Benj with one of the better throwing arms in the game in right field. Throws a good, strong throw to the plate. Dansby just beats this throw by about a half a step. Cubs take the lead 1-0.
And Michael Busch stands in with Conforto at first and just one away here in the top of the sixth. The pitch. Busch swings, and it's a pop fly to left, medium range. Melendez is under it and makes the catch. 2 away as Busch flies out. But the error comes back to haunt the Mets here again.
And the Cubs, you know, when the Cubs were really rolling earlier in the season, when they had 2 10-game winning streaks, it seemed like every night that opposing team made a mistake, whether it be walks, you know, not making plays, you know, giving the Cubs extra outs, they took advantage, and that's exactly what's happened tonight here in the sixth.
Alex Bregman stands in and looks at a sweeper, low and outside. 1-0 the count. Bregman, the Cubs cleanup man, and cleanup hitters for the Cubs, sponsored by Chicagoland's appliance leader, Grand Appliance. Get your all-star Samsung kitchen today at grandappliance.com. The pitch. Check swing and a pitch low.
Now they're going to challenge this one. Ball strike challenge, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. If this is a ball, that'll be the end of the challenges. Nope.
No, it's a strike on the outside edge.
Call's overturned. Pitch to strike. New York has 1.
So now the count is 1-1 with Conforto at first and 2 away. Cubs up 1-0 here in the top of the sixth. Bregman waits. Righty-righty matchup against Peralta. A long set. And now the pitch. Off the outside. 2-1. Bregman in the series now 0 for 10. Vientos holding on Conforto at first. The pitch. Misses. Fastball, 97 miles per hour. But it was way outside. 3-1. Matthew Boyd started. Went 4 2/3 of scoreless baseball. 4 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. The 3-1 delivery. Bregman lines one to right. This will drop in for a base hit. Roll to the corner. Conforto on his way to third, being waved around. He's headed home. Bregman on his way to third base. Now the throw finally comes back into the infield. Cubs score again as Alex Bregman delivers. It is 2-0 Cubs over the Mets here in the sixth.
This ball's dumped down the right field line, and Benj has an issue with it in the corner. As it goes around, he does not field this ball cleanly, and it gets past him and goes all the way out to the trap. And I'm not quite sure how it got past him. We get kind of blocked, but it hits the sidewall and then goes back to the field of play past him. Because of that, everybody else moves up 90 feet. Bregman ends up with a triple, and Conforto scores all the way from first. So the errors come back to haunt the Mets again.
It's a 2-0 lead for the Cubs here in the top half of the sixth inning, and they're looking for more. We're finally getting a good look here. The ball bounced off the sidewall, past Benj, back into fair territory along the warning track near the corner there. And that is why it took so long for the ball to come back into the infield. Cubs have a 2-0 lead. Bregman is at third base. We're ready for the official scoring on that play as Ian Happ now digs in. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Peralta. The pitch. Fouled out of play by Happ. 0-1. So they've given Bregman Coombe a double, and then the E9 on Benj, allowing Bregman to move to third.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that in ink. I think that's one of those that'll be changed. It's a tough one to give a guy an error when the ball hits the wall and caroms away from you. You know, how is that an error? That's a tough one. So I would say that might get looked at again. But they do give him an RBI. He was going all the way. Conforto was going to go. They were waving him no matter what happened with Pregame.
Peralta misses way up high to Happ. 1-2 the count.
But that's just a tough error on a guy. The ball hits the sidewall and goes away from you. How are you? What are you supposed to do?
Yeah. Doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. And we've got another read as well. 1-2 the count. Here comes the pitch to Happ. It's up high, 2-2. So for now, I know you said put it in pencil, but we're obligated to read this because an error was charged on the play.
Yeah, you go right ahead. It's a Hall of Fame read.
And errors by Cubs opponents are sponsored by North Shore, the MVP of adult diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. The pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Alvarez. Bregman stays at third, and Happ has now worked a full count.
See, as the young guy in the booth, it's a diaper dandy. There you go. There you go, partner. Pat, if you're back home or you're in Milwaukee already, we got a diaper dandy.
Yeah.
Double C, Zach Zaidman.
Who needs Dickie V when you've got Ronnie C? Here's the pitch. Pulled on the ground, base hit to right. Coming in to score, Bregman. RBI single, Ian Happ. It's now 3-0 Cubs here in the 6th.
Boy, and the leadoff error comes back to really haunt. So you look at it would be ground ball to short, 1-3 on the at-bat by Armstrong, and then Conforto singles, but then Bushy would have ended the inning. And now 3 straight, a couple hits, but 2 straight hits to drive in runs. Oh, my.
Nico Horner at the plate and looks at a slider low, 1-0 the count. But I go back to the point you made earlier. When the Cubs were really cooking early in the year during those 2 10-game winning streaks, they would pounce in situations like this, and they've done that tonight. The 1-0 delivery. Misses. Now it's a fastball, 96 miles per hour from Peralta, but off the outside. Happ at first, being held on by Vientos. Horner waits for the 2-0. A long set. Now the pitch. Low and outside. 3-0.
Boy, and this has cost Peralta a bunch of pitches, too. He's at 97 pitches, so his night is about done. You make an error, and then, the merry-go-round starts.
The pitch. Misses. Ball 4. So Nico draws a 2-out walk. Happ moves to second. Cubs now have 2 on with 2 away. And Pedro Ramirez due up. But not before time is called. And Carlos Mendoza, the Mets manager, making a slow walk out to the mound, claps his hands, asks for the baseball, gets it from Peralta. And we are going to have a pitching change here at Citi Field. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at...
The Seattle Mariners have officially found their groove, riding the wave of an amazing run that started in May and has them sailing in June.
And the Mariners sweep the A's.
The secret to their recent success? Power at the plate and dominance on the mound.
Swung on and missed, got him.
The rotation, led by Emerson Hancock, Brian Wu, and Logan Gilbert, has been absolutely electric, shutting down opposing lineups. And while all-star backstop Cal Raleigh remains sidelined, a surge of offensive power has arrived.
A rainmaker to left field. Julio with a bang.
Julio Rodriguez is on fire and flexing his marquee muscle. Throw a locked-in Randy Arozarena and a red-hot Luke Raley into the mix, and you got a lineup firing on all cylinders. Thanks to the run of victories to kick off the summer, Seattle has cruised to the top of the AL West and has the Pacific Northwest rocking. The American League is officially on notice. The Mariners are a problem.
Van Poppel starts his motion, stumbles, the ball gets away, and the runners move up. I think there's going to be a full moon tonight.
Green gives a great effort, goes back, leaps straight up above. Boy, a strange play right there.
Hunter at the wall, jumping, and it's out of here! Hunter had the ball, Gary, and his glove fell over the wall.
Ground ball snapped to the mound. Boston throws to the plate. He thought the bases were loaded.
How do you like that? How do you like that?
Will it be on SportsCenter tonight? Bank on it.
Made his big league debut in 2021 with the Angels. Has also pitched for the Giants. Now second year in New York with the Mets. Cubs have scored 3 times in this top half of the 6th inning. RBI single by Michael Conforto to break a scoreless tie. And Alex Bregman with a ribby double. Ian Happ followed with an RBI single, and that's where we stand. 3-0 Cubs, but they're looking for more. Men at first and second with 2 away here in the top of the 6th. And Pedro Ramirez due up, switch hitter batting from the left side. Ramirez 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts tonight. Warren works on the first base side of the rubber. The pitch up high, 1-0.
Had a shot of Peralta in their dugout after he got taken out. Just kind of, he's pacing back and forth and back and forth. Just frustrated. You can understand. This Mets club's had a tough series against the Cubs.
A breaking ball that floats into the zone for a strike, 1-1.
And you think going into this inning, he was cruising. He had 5 shutout innings, only a couple hits, and he was going along pretty good. You get a routine ground ball, the play doesn't get made. And, a questionable second error in the inning, but just a tough one for the Mets.
Check swing by Ramirez at a fastball high and outside, but on appeal. Third base umpire Stu Shorwater said Ramirez went around. Count is 1-2.
Yep, Ramirez didn't think he went, but his body kept turning in the barrel of the bat. Got out in front of the front edge of home plate. It's definitely a swing.
2 on, 2 out. Now the 1-2. Up high to Ramirez, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Walks of Cubs batters, sponsored by It'sNotAGameIllinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Haps at second, Horner at first. Warren on the mound, Ramirez at the plate. The pitch. Called, strike 3, sinking fastball that froze Ramirez. And that ends the top half of the 6th inning, but not before the Cubs take advantage and score 3 times. It's a 3-0 Cubs lead over the Mets as we head to the last of the 6th. On the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through.
You can see a lot of different characters at the ballpark, and this week brought out some of the best.
I just hope that whatever was going on with that hot dog, that dog now owned that hot dog. I have not seen a cup on the bottom of a spike.
This is more of a hand grenade than it was a throw toward second.
Osuna hits one into the cone.
So look up and look out.
That bat exploded, and the Mariners have him loaded up.
Florida man's a real thing, Dwayne.
Tarps off. Freebird time at Bush.
Fantastic entertainment.
Hats off and shirts off for the top defensive plays of the week.
Towards the side rail, he crashes into the wall, and he made the catch!
Another stop by Peraza, throw from his back, and he got it!
Now, look if you dare, I shall not drop the ball.
Church is gonna make a diving catch!
Holy smokes, what a catch by Julio Rodriguez.
Into the dugout, flips into the dugout. Did he hold on? He did.
How about that?
Before we start the bottom of the 6th inning, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Bottom 6 in New York, Cubs leading the Mets 3-0. Ethan Roberts on the mound, Francisco Alvarez at the plate for New York, and the pitch is low for a ball. 1-0 the count.
And let's see what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Tell you what's on tap. 3 spot in the 6th for the Cubs in the top of the 6th inning to take a 3-0 lead. Some big hits after a leadoff error, and Cubs been doing it all series. They've been every chance they get that something negative happens to the Mets, Cubs have been able to capitalize.
And that's That's why the Cubs are looking to sweep the Mets here tonight. The season series, not just this 4-game set in New York. The 2-0 to Alvarez is a sweeper that floats into the zone for a strike, 2-1. Cubs won all 3 at Wrigley earlier this season. And now they're looking to finish off this 4-game series in the Big Apple. Roberts delivers. Alvarez hits a high fly ball, shallow center. Drifting back, second baseman Horner, and he makes the catch. 1 away. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
When I was thinking about it between innings, kind of Matthew Boyd's night tonight. And Cubs, the rotation has just been decimated here lately, just in the last couple days. And Cubs made the trade for Peterson from the Mets that's coming over. He'll probably pitch in this next series against Milwaukee. But boy, to get Matthew Boyd back and looking the way he did as this ball's fouled off to the left by Ewing. But I was really encouraged. Great fastball. He had real life on his heater, and in the early going in the game, lost a little bit of velocity as the game progressed, 4th and 5th inning, but still very good. But the command of his pitches and the sharpness with the change and the slider, along with that real good fastball that he had tonight, very encouraging, and great to see Matthew back on a bump for the Cubs.
Ewing looks at a ball low from Roberts, 1-1 the count. Yeah, so Boyd, final line, 4 2/3. Scoreless baseball, 4 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. And his first appearance on a big league mound since May 3rd.
And 76 pitches, so I think what you'll see is Counsell probably give him a little more leeway in his next start to get him somewhere closer to, that 85 to 90 pitch mark.
Roberts misses low and outside with a sinker, so 2-1 on Ewing. The next pitch. Misses. Cutter. That was close.
Been a lot of pitches tonight that I thought, just by the frame job of both catchers, Amaya and Alvarez, I thought were strikes. Jordan Baker behind home plate tonight has had a very, very good night calling balls and strikes.
And Roberts misses again with a cutter. Ball 4, so a 1-out walk for Ewing and the Mets here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That pitch was off the inside. 3-0 Cubs. Ronnie Mauricio will now hit from the left side against the right-hander Roberts. Switch hitting shortstop. This day in baseball history is brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. The pitch. Mauricio fouls this one out of play, off to the left behind the plate. 0-1 the count. Augie Gallen of the Cubs in 1937 became the first player in National League history to hit home runs from both sides of the plate in the same game.
1937, huh?
Now the 0-1. That's inside to Mauricio. 1 ball and 1 strike. I want to thank the security team here at Citi Field for...
You having a little rough time trying to see what was going on?
A lot of lateral movement in the booth. Okay. Glad I still have it. I'll explain why in a sec, although you can kind of figure out. The 1-1. Pulled on the ground, fielded by Bush. Wide to first, throw to second is in time, and back to first. Did they get the runner at first? The runner at second has been called safe, right?
Yeah, the throw was off line by Michael to second base. Kind of rushed the throw just a little bit. He gets rid of it, but pulls the throw. Dansby comes off the bag and gets this ball. Then Dansby throws back to first, and he throws low. But Michael picks this ball out of the dirt, so the runner at second is safe, Ewing. But they did get the out at first base, Mauricio, and that's going to bring out Craig Counsell here in the 6th.
So that's a 3-6-3, 3 put out. And a man safe at second with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sorry, I was blocked. I'll explain why. That's why the security team is trying to help me see. Them fans standing up in front of us.
by Antonacci.
Welcome back, Dalton Varsho.
Crawford out of the glove. Emerson to first. What a play. Tip the catch.
Long way to go. Can he get there into a slide? He makes a spectacular catch.
Lucas Over made the catch.
Diving catch in left. How about that?
And leaping on the warning track to make the catch.
Jacob Young after it. Onto the track. Near the wall. He's got it.
And a diving putt from Stock. What a play to save a pair.
Diving play by Wilson, gets to his feet. Oh, throw to first, and he got him. That's how we start the ball game.
He makes a sliding grab. First Pages, then Cole.
This is a tremendous play.
That was outstanding.
From foul territory, throws to first in time. We've done that once or twice.
Reaches out, dives, and he makes the catch. Whoa, what a play.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas.
3, Mets nothing, 2 away, a man at second base. Our engineer Paul Schrager telling me the official score announced that that last play is a 6-3. And Bush does not get credit, even though the ball was hit wide of first when he initially fielded it. His throw to second was a little wide, so the man there, A.J. Ewing, is safe. Eric Wagaman, a pinch hitter, swings and hits a high fly ball deep left. Happ going back at the track, looks up, it's gone. 2-run pinch hit home run for Eric Wagaman. And the Mets within 1. New York 2, almost here in the 6th inning.
Now, the one thing you know as a pinch hitter coming into the game, they get a first pitch in the middle of the plate, especially if it's a fastball, they're going to be swinging. And Milner splits the plate with this one, and Wagaman hits this ball a long way to left.
383 feet to left by Wagaman. 3-2 game. Brett Beatty at the plate. He swings and fouls this one out of play. Off to the left, 0-1. Cubs scored all 3 of their runs in the top half of this 6th inning. The 0-1 delivery. Beatty flinches but did not offer. At a sinker, low and inside. 1-1 the count. Bregman playing in wide of third. Milner delivers. Low and outside. 2 balls and a strike.
First out of the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Sorry, Coom. Beatty's 0 for 2 tonight. Here's the pitch. Inside, 3-1. Beatty hitting at .216 on the year. Milner works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Beatty swings and lines one to the left field for a base hit.
Inside heaters it'll look like, and Beatty just gets jammed, but just dumps this ball in the short left field in front of Ian. Nothing Ian could do about this. Just fielded on a couple hops, and now Tommy Hotovy is going to come to the mound and talk to his left-hander.
Milner came in for the righty, Ethan Roberts. Eric Wagaman greeted him with a 2-run pinch hit home run, and now Beatty with the single the other way. Carson Benj due up, left-handed batter. The entire Cubs infield is on the mound along with Hotovy, Milner, and catcher Miguel Amaya. And now the home plate umpire Jordan Baker breaking up the meeting. It's always scary when you ask me, who is that? And there's a celebrity of some type on the big video board imploring.
Unless you're hometown, you're supposed to know this stuff.
The Mets fans to get into it. I don't know every celebrity. I'm usually pretty hip. Here's the pitch to Benj. It's low.
Self-proclaimed, pretty hip. I like it.
Yeah. I don't think I'm saying anything that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right-hander Phil Maton warming up for the Cubs bullpen. Here's the 1-0. Benj fouls it back off the netting to the left. 1-1.
I'm going to have to ask Thayer about that, too, if Tommy sees it the same way. Between the two of us, we've been around you a long time.
Yeah. I'm comfortable with what I said.
Yeah,
Here's the pitch. Off the outside to Benj. 2-1 the count.
Big pitch here. You really want to get Benj. Ben's left-handed hitter, inning 255, but you don't want to keep this inning going.
He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Here comes the 2-1. Benj looks at a strike, a sinker from Milner. 2-2.
Yeah, good fastball. This one stays inside, right on the corner. Probably the pitch Benj would have wanted to pull the trigger on.
So with 2 strikes, Bregman drops back, playing where shortstop normally would. Beatty at first, 2 away. The pitch. Off the outside, it's a full count.
Now Bushy will drop back. He'll let the runner go. Beatty
has good speed. Lefty-lefty matchup. Milner peers in, gets the sign from Amaya. Acknowledges, now steps off the rubber. And Beatty calls time. He steps out. And now we're ready for the resumption of play. Benj stepped out. He's back in the box. Beatty at first. Here's the pitch. Foul back out of play by Benj. 3-2.
Good pitch by Milner. I would think this would be Milner's last hitter. Either if he gets the out, it'll end the inning, which is what we're all hoping for. But you got Bo Bichette on deck, a right-handed hitter. Maton warming up in the Cubs bullpen, a right-hander.
Beatty goes. Here's the 3-2, and a line drive, smoke to right center field, racing over Pete Uncle Armstrong, but it drops in front of him. Stopping at third base, Beatty. And now the Mets have men at the corners with 2 away, and Bo Bichette due up after the single to right center by Carson Benj.
Ball not hit all that hard, hitting the right spot though in right center. Dumps in front of Pete, nothing he could do. First and third now with 2 outs, and as we thought, that'll bring out Craig Counsell.
And the Cubs are going to make another pitching change. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. High leverage spot for Phil Maton coming up. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Men at the...
High drive, deep to right field. Heim has done it again. Tie game.
3-1. It's high.
They come all the way back.
Flips it high in the air to left field. Back at the wall. This ball is gone. It is down for a hit. Here comes Ward, and the Dodgers win it.
They get Jacob Misiorowski, the hottest pitcher in Major League Baseball.
Jacob Misiorowski not messing around. You're going to get a heater with Misiorowski, so you better be geared up for it. Even if you are, you're still not going to hit it.
Herrera, bouncing ball up the middle, diving stop, Massey, a flip, and an out! Tolbert and Massey combine! Put a star next to that one!
Cam Slittler tonight was Cam Slittler. That good, that dominant, that consistent.
You can describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
He's 1 for 3 tonight with a single. Beatty is the tying run at third base. Cubs scored 3 times in the top half of the 6th inning to take the lead. Michael Conforto and Ian Happ with RBI singles. Alex Bregman with a ribby double. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, Eric Wagaman with a pinch hit 2-run home run to put the Mets on the board. And New York looking for more as Bichette digs in against the right-hander Maton. Here's the pitch. Off the outside, 1-0.
And you got to have Maton go after Bichette because on deck is Soto. Bichette in the ball game today. He's punched out twice and he's singled.
Mates on a long set. Here's the pitch, and it hits Bichette. So now the bases are loaded for the Mets with 2 away, and Juan Soto will step to the plate.
If there was one outcome other than some of the obvious of him doing damage, this is not what you were looking for. And this ball hits Bichette in the elbow guard inside, and now you got the bases loaded and Soto at the plate.
Beatty at third base. Benj is at second. Bichette at first. 2 away. Cubs 3, Mets 2. Soto has reached base 3 times tonight. The pitch. In their first strike with a fastball, 0-1. Soto with a pair of walks and a single his last time up. 302 average, 17 home runs. Here's the 0-1. Soto pulls one on the ground, fielded by Horner on the edge of the outfield grass. The flip to first in time. And Maton works out of the jam as Soto grounds out with the bases loaded. The Mets.
C.B. Buckner entertaining the crowd a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Chopper off the plate. That's a fair ball. Foul. Foul ball.
Why is that a foul ball?
Oh, that's why.
Oh, my. The awkward look at the play continues. He is going to be a down duck.
What a slide.
Flies it to right. Thomas moving back. Still going. Leaping strike. Oh, he caught it. Oh, my goodness, he caught it.
That is ridiculous.
The middle diving stop by Zach McKinstry. Bounces up to his feet onto first in time.
Kreidler, what a play! And they get the force out at second base.
Walker to the track. To the wall. He got it. Jordan Walker robs Perez of a homer.
Long run, Meckler.
He dives. He caught it. Wow, Wade Meckler saves a run.
Chasing Clemens. At the track, he makes a great grab.
Another display of that rocket arm of Ezekiel Duran. Take a bow, young man.
Right field. Hey, caught on a dive. Dom can zone. How about 2? Jason Wynn lost it in the sun. Loses his cap. Over the shoulder. He makes the play.
Stephen, that was ridiculous.
On the move, Carrig on the slide. Did he catch it? Yes, he did.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Kollopy at ACOLLOPY@villageofbedfordpark.com.
Nail-biter in New York hits the Cubs 3 and the Mets 2 as we begin the top half of the 7th inning. Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat. Miguel Amaya will lead off the Cubs half of the 7th inning. Austin Warren remains on the mound for New York. Freddie Peralta started. Warren working on the first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Amaya looks at a ball off the outside, a sweeper that missed, 1-0. Peralta went the first 5 2/3. 3 runs, none of them earned. 5 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Another breaking ball off the outside, 2-0.
Yeah, both starters pitched very well. Both had good stuff. Both did their job. Mets defense let Peralta down in the 6th, and the Cubs capitalized.
Another ball, this one a fastball up high to Amaya, 3-0.
7th inning sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone, ready for wherever the road takes you. Volvo XC90.
And the 3-0 is a called strike. Fastball, 3-1. Yeah, Matthew Boyd started for the Cubs in his return to the mound for the first time since early May. 4 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball. 76 pitches. The 3-1. Amaya pulls one on the ground, foul off to the left. 3-2.
I mean, if you're mapping out, a start for Boyd today, I mean, you might have hoped he could go deeper in the game, but pitch counts, enter into the into the pitcher for that. But, I mean, the visual of Matthew Boyd pitching, he looked outstanding tonight. Fastball, very good. Breaking ball, outstanding. Good change. He was very, very sharp.
And Amaya draws a walk as Warren misses with a fastball off the outside. The leadoff man is on base for the Cubs. Walks of Cubs batter, sponsored by TonightAGameIllinois.com. Reminder, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. Amaya at first, no one out here in the top of the 7. 3-2 Cubs. Dansby Swanson at the plate. 0 for 2. He reached on an error and scored a run. The pitch is low. One and 0 the count. Swanson waits. Warren deals. And another miss by Warren. This time with a breaking ball. Off the outside. 2-0. Can Dansby hit a 4th home run in this series? Let's see. The pitch. Another miss by Warren. This time with a fastball inside.
He's hitting here in the 7th. So there's a really good chance he would hit in the 9th also.
Warren deals. Called strike. 3-1. 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Right down the middle. 3-1. Amaya at first, no one out. Here's the pitch. Called strike. This time a breaking ball from Warren. 3-2.
3-1 slider to Dansby. That'll tell you where they think he's at right now. They're a little tired of watching him launch baseballs in the gap or out of the ballpark.
Swanson waits for the payoff pitch. Here he comes. Line drive. Foul off to the left. Just foul. Smoked it over the head of Bichette along the third base line, but it landed foul.
Right over the head of Stu Sherwater, the third base umpire. So he does a good job of getting out of the way, watching this ball hit foul, and then the ball boy down the line, it goes right into him. Fair or foul, he's gonna wear that one, and it ended up foul. There was nothing he was doing to get out of the way of that ball.
Yeah, occupational hazard, is that what they call it?
Yeah, that one had a tracker on him.
All right, so 3-2 the count on Swanson with Amaya at first, no one out here in the top of the 7th. Cubs up 3-2. Swanson waits. Warren sets, kicks, and fires. Called strike 3. Fastball. Swanson does not like the call, but doesn't challenge. 1 away.
Yeah, Cubs with 1 challenge left. This two-seamer starts out away, comes back to the outside corner. Borderline pitch. We did not get to see whether or not it was in the zone or not, but it was borderline. Very close either way.
So now Pete Crow Armstrong digs in. Corner infielders in. And PCA looks at ball 1. Fastball that just missed low, apparently. 1-0 the count. Amaya at first, having a conversation with first base coach Jose Javier. A 1-0 delivery. High and outside, 2-0. PCA is 1 for 3 tonight with a single. That single extended his hitting streak to 14 and his on-base streak to 27 straight games. The 2-0 pitch. Crow Armstrong grounds one on the left side, fielded by Mauricio, races to second, steps on the back, sidearm throw to first, not in time as PCA beats it out. But 2 away as the lead man, Amaya, is erased from the bases.
Now, this is one of those plays where if you can flip it to the second baseman, it's going to be a double play because the ball was hit sharply. But because the shortstop runs to the bag about 7 steps to try to get to the bag and then have to throw, you're allowing Pete to run too much down the line and not get rid of the ball. Then Pete beats this throw. This should have been a tailor-made double play ball.
So let's see if the Cubs eventually take advantage of this. PCA always a threat to go at first. Michael Conforto at the plate. Warren throws to first, and PCA dives back in safely.
Yeah, one-run ball game. I would definitely think Pete would be on the move. It'll all depend on Warren's, how quick he is to home plate. We did not get to really tell with Amaya at first base. He is absolutely not a threat to run, but now things change.
Eric Wagaman now playing first for Vientos. Jared Young in left. The pitch is fouled back by Conforto. 0-1. Wagaman hit a 2-run pinch hit home run in the 6th inning. Get the Mets on the board. 3-2 Cubs. Here with 2 away in the top of the 7th with a man at first and Crow Armstrong. Conforto at the plate with an 0-1 count. Warren deals. Conforto an awkward swing and miss at a fastball. 0-2.
Conforto looking to cheat on that fastball. He was out there knowing he was going to get one. The problem was he just didn't get a strike. Pitch was a little up and he chased it.
So 0-2 the count. Conforto back in the box. Warren peers in, gets the sign from Alvarez, straightens up, sets at the belt, works his motion and deals. And misses with a fastball.
Warren thought that pitch was a strike. He was bouncing off the mound. That's that two-seamer he throws inside, comes back, but it did not get to the inside corner. And once again, Jordan Baker said this about an inning ago, has had a great night calling balls and strikes behind home plate.
The next pitch is hit high in the air, shallow left, racing in Young, has a play, makes the catch. And that ends the top half of the 7th inning. Crow Armstrong stranded on the bases. Time to...
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pregame. Postgame. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Wow. It's like an Academy Award came to life. How long do you think that took to get ready?
You know, it's really not fun facing a guy with that kind of stuff, I'll just tell you that.
Presented without comment.
It's a raft, it's got an outboard motor, it's got a little barbecue, and it's got a hot tub.
Look at that.
I mean, come on.
American ingenuity.
That is living.
What else can go wrong here? Where are the Angels in the outfield? They're everywhere.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Rich, durable, and effortlessly beautiful. Find yours at your locally owned retailer. Visit BenjaminMoore.com today.
A reminder that all reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Bottom of the 7th inning here at Citi Field. Cubs 3, Mets 2. Jared Young at the plate. Phil Maton on the mound. And the first pitch, I could not tell what happened. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, Coom. There's a fan that stood up, blocked my view. It looked like Young was bunting. I'm not quite sure.
He came up and tried to bunt for base hit down the third base line because Bregman playing well off the line, but he bunted it foul.
All right, so 0-1 the count. Maton delivers. High and outside, 1-1.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. And the broadcast booth that can be blocked out once in a while. We're still proud partners of the Chicago Cubs.
Would you please sit down? Here's the 1-1. High drive hit to deep right center field, way back there and gone. Tie ball game. Ex-Cub Jared Young going deep. Solo shot. 3-3 Cubs and Mets here in the 7th.
Now Young just coming into the ball game, and he blasts one. This just a line drive bullet. It just barely gets over the 370 mark. This little hanging breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. And this one, I guess it cleared a little farther than we thought from getting a second shot at this, second view, but game is tied.
A 388-foot drive by Young. Brand new ball game, 3-3 Cubs and Mets here, no one out, bottom of the 7th inning. Justin Dean takes over for Michael Conforto in right. Francisco Alvarez at the plate. And he looks at a ball from Phil Maton. Fastball up high, 1-0 the count. Alvarez always dangerous with a bat in his hands, and especially against the Cubs. The 1-0 delivery, a big swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 1-1. Alvarez has homered in each of the first 3 ball games in this series in New York. One ball, one strike. The pitch. Fouled back out of play off to the right, 1-2 on Alvarez.
Now, there's no doubt what this guy's trying to do at home plate. He's pretty locked in right now, to say the least, and he is looking to unload on every swing.
The pitch. That was a curveball inside as Alvarez had to duck out of the way, 2-2.
Yeah, it looked like he's ducking into that ball, trying to get that elbow guard to make contact with the ball.
He did not get hit, so 2-2 the count. Maton's ready. The kick and pitch. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Strike 3. Maton gets Alvarez one away.
Breaking ball up in the zone. Alvarez takes a big rip at it. Comes up empty. This pitch sent right on the outside corner. Might even have been a touch away, but up. And Maton gets the punch out.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. One down, 3-3 game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A.J. Ewing now up for the Mets. Maton's ready. The pitch. Called strike. Maton goes with that sinker. 0-1. Right along the inside edge, just above the knees. Maton deals. Ewing fouls it out of play off to the left. 0-2. And with 2 strikes, Bregman, who was playing in wide of third, now drops back to where a shortstop normally would play. Swanson up the middle just to the left of the second base bag. Third base unguarded with the left-handed hitting Ewing at the plate. The right-hander Maton delivers and misses off the outside with a slow-moving curveball. 1-2. Cubs had a 3-0 lead. Middle 6. But the Mets have tied it. The 1-2. Looper in the left. It drops in front of Happ for a base hit. So Ewing with a 1-out single. He represents the go-ahead run for the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th.
Ewing runs well, so you're going to have to watch him at first in a tie ball game here in the 7th. Tough plays of the game. That's sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
Caleb Thielbar, the veteran left-hander, warming up in the Cubs bullpen. Ronnie Mauricio at the plate, switch hitter batting from the left side. 1 on, 1 away, 3-3 game. The pitch, Mauricio whacks it foul off to our left out of play.
Took a big rip at that one. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Mauricio is 1 for 3 with a double tonight. Maton delivers. The runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second is not in time. Ewing steals the base.
Yeah, you knew that was coming. He was going to take off sooner or later. Ewing gets a good jump at first, steals the bag pretty easily. Not much Amaya could do behind home plate.
8th stolen base of the season for Ewing. 0-2 the count on Mauricio. The go-ahead run in scoring position. The 0-2. Foul back by Mauricio. Kind of took an emergency hack at a cutter.
First out, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
0-2 on Mauricio. Ewing at second. 1 down, bottom 7. 3-3 game. Maton delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As he gets Mauricio with a curveball, 2 away.
Good breaking ball by Maton, and that was the emergency hack. That one inside down at the ankles. Almost hit him in the back foot as he swings through that ball. Good pitch. That's the best pitch Maton has thrown so far.
Here's Eric Wagaman. Right-handed batter against Maton. The pitch is a called strike. That fastball from Maton, 0-1.
Surprised he didn't swing. He hit the first pitch for a 2-run bomb to the left. I thought he'd be up there hacking.
That was against Milner. The 0-1. Low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Has a big, strong guy at home plate. Watching him take some batting practice through this week. He can hit the ball a long way.
Ewing at second, 2 away. 1-1 the count. The pitch to Wagaman is a line drive. Caught on a hop by Nico on the right side. The flip to first in time. Wagaman's retired. That is out number 3. Ewing stranded at second. And we head to the 8th. It's now tied 3-3. Cubs and Mets on the score and the Northwestern Medicine.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Now representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Turzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
One and 2 to Julio Rodriguez. The pitch by Bradish. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Tag applied by Adley, and that's that for the Mariners. In the bottom of the first, a couple of strikeouts for Bradish. He's off to a good start. He faces the minimum in the first.
Swing and a miss, breaking ball in the dirt. That breaking ball is sharp tonight. Some swings and misses on pitches not even close to the zone, and Bradish has struck out 3 of 4.
Well, again, you get to 2 strikes, and his curveball can be unhittable.
Fastball, strike 3 called. Locked him up with a sinker at 95 miles an hour. Strikeout number 5 for Bradish. Forget the wrinkles. He went straight gas on his 30th pitch of the night. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. Another strikeout for Kyle Bradish. He's spanned 7 through 4 frames. He was touched for a run. Mariners are on the board, but Baltimore on top.
I'm proud of it.
Make your favorite players all-stars. Cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star ballot daily at MLB.com/vote. Getting set for the top of the 8th inning here in New York. Cubs 3, Mets 3. The Mets have a new pitcher. Veteran right-hander Luke Weaver takes over. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com. Cubs jumped out to a 3-0 lead after the top of the 6th. But the Mets have come back thanks to a pair of home runs. 2-run shot by Eric Wagaman in the 6th, and the game-tying shot by Jared Young in the 7th. So it's 3-3 as Michael Busch digs in to begin the 8th against Weaver. Righty-lefty matchup. Here's the kick and pitch. And Busch looks at a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Not sure Michael liked that call, but it did clip the inside edge right above the knees, 0-1. Weaver steps back and delivers. Busch fouls this back off the screen, 0-2.
8th inning sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars of the Cave. Donate your car today.
Cubs trying to complete a 4-game sweep against these Mets here in New York. Following the game, they fly to Wisconsin, start a 3-game set against Milwaukee tomorrow night at American Family Field. 0-2 the count on Busch. Weaver delivers. Busch swings and misses. Strike 3. Got him with a changeup. 1 away.
Stayed inside against Michael all 3 pitches. This little split here at the end, and this one dives down. Michael out in front of it.
So here's the cleanup man, Alex Bregman. With 1 down in the top of the 8th, Cubs and Mets tied at 3. Bregman doubled and drove in a run his last time up. The pitch is a miss with a cutter.
Now, I don't believe the Cubs have a stolen base tonight. But Cubs stolen base, they're sponsored by Atturo. Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe at Atturo Tires. Find yours at Atturo.com.
There's the 1-0. Swing and a miss by Bregman. 1 ball, 1 strike. A reminder to stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Coming up with the Coom Dog in the 9th inning. Judson Richards will have the Old National Bank Cubs radio postgame show, the official bank of the Chicago Cubs radio network, following the festivities tonight here at Citi Field. We thank Judson for his help all throughout the week. The 1-1. Bregman swings and misses at a cutter, 1-2. Be great to have the Hall of Famer Pat Hughes in the booth with us tomorrow in Milwaukee. A 1-2 by Weaver. Here it comes. Bouncing ball foul off to the left. Sounded like Bregman broke his bat, but I'm not sure. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Pat had this series off, and he will join us tomorrow. Chance to talk to Pat today, and he's doing good, and the way he was talking and texting today, he's fired up for this series coming up in Milwaukee.
It's a big-time rivalry. And he is fired up. Here comes the 1-2. Bregman swings and misses. Strike 3 as Weaver zips a fastball by him. 2 away.
Weaver likes to pitch inside. He made a good pitch away to Bregman and got the broken bat, but this just gas on the inner half. This one, nothing fancy about this. He just threw that one reared back and threw it past Bregman.
So Ian Happ will dig in with 2 away here in the top of the 8th. Cubs 3, Mets 3.
If you're Ian now, you're just looking. You're looking to get a pitch you can handle and hammer it to right.
He swings and misses out in front of a changeup, 0-1.
Right, center field. Ball really carrying here in New York. It's been warm here all week, and the ball's been flying. If Ian can get one elevated, hit one out of here.
He's got 16 home runs this season. Happ waits for the 0-1 delivery from Weaver. Here it comes. That's a called strike, a fastball at 97 miles per hour.
Happer took that one. He looked like he was taking all the way. That one split the strike zone.
Happ had an RBI single his last time up. He waits for the 0-2. Weaver deals, and Happ swings and misses at a changeup. Strike 3. Weaver strikes out the side here in the top of the 8th. Middle 8, 3-3 game. Cubs and Mets on the score. The Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Ian Happ. Pat and Ron call it.
Breaking ball lined into the gap in right center and in for a hit.
And that was a botch of what should have been a single.
It sure was.
Went right off the heel of Teoscar Hernandez's glove when he boxed it.
I mean, Torkelson threw a baby overhand. He couldn't catch it.
How about that? First ball to the rookie making his major league debut. He loses it in the sun.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pregame, postgame, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
This ball is launched to right. Dom Smith, a deep blast. And Atlanta with a couple of solo homers and a 2-0 lead.
How about the location? That's elevated. It's 97. A little bit of cut to it, a little bit of vert. Exactly where he wanted it. But Dom Smith doing his homework and ready for it and crushes that one to right.
A no-doubter for his second of the season.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita Auctions.
Time to check the out-of-town scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Citgo app, save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. The Phillies have rallied from a 5-0 deficit in Washington. They lead the Nationals 10-5 now. In the ninth inning, Bryce Harper, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. He's gone deep for Philadelphia. Other action, Red Sox leading the Yankees 4-3. Bottom of the 8th inning at Fenway, Caleb Durbin with a 2-run home run. Everything else is a final, and we'll get to those scores in mere moments. Bottom of the 8th inning here in New York. Cubs and Mets are tied at 3. Caleb Thielbar is the new pitcher on the mound for the Cubs. The left-hander facing the left-handed hitting Brett Beatty. And the first pitch is a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Harding Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Now your peeps here in New York were rocking in between innings. I know you stay like right focused on your scorebook and what we're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
But
you do have peripheral vision, and you see what's going on. Last pitch foul back, 0-2 the count on Beatty.
They do a little karaoke thing here between the middle of the 8th.
It is entertaining.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Yeah, always in New York, yeah.
The 0-2 up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I did notice something that's transpired in this series at Citi Field. The Mets have a dance team here.
Yep.
And each time they pass by our booth, they make it a point to wave and point to you. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss by Beatty. Strike 3. 1 down as Thielbar zips a fastball by him. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
Good fastball up and in from Thielbar to get the punch out. Yeah, they're very entertaining, that's for sure.
And they like you.
I don't know about that.
No, they do. You're very affable.
I think they just walk by and wave at every booth going by.
Maybe. Carson Bench at the plate, and Thielbar misses with a sweeper. Little high, 1-0 the count. 3-3 game. Cubs and Mets with 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Game 4 of this 4-game set. A 1-0 delivery. Bench looks at a strike, a slider that spins into the zone from Thielbar, 1-1. Finals on the board, Coom Jr. Caminero with 3 home runs today in the Rays' 13-2 drubbing of the Royals. Thielbar sets chest high, works his motion and deals. And Bench fouls this one out of play off to the left.
Catch the game. That's sponsored by Catch Des Moines. That plays a real trip, and so is Des Moines. It's a trip. Make it yours at CatchDesMoines.com. You got to play. Nico made a nice play up the middle early in the ballgame. Dansby with the knockdown. Probably Nico's play, probably the toughest play of the night.
Bench, it's a sky-high pop fly, shallow center. Coming in, Crow Armstrong, he makes the catch, 2 away. Conforto had a nice play in right.
Yeah, Conforto did, so we'll make Conforto the catch of the game tonight. A little homecoming for him. I know he's come back here and played before, but it's always something special when you come back to play your old ball club, and he's had a nice night. He drove in a run with a single and a 6. He scored a run.
Spent 7 years here with the Mets. Was an all-star in 2017. Played in the 2015 World Series with New York. Bo Bichette at the plate. 2 down. Bottom of the 8th. Tie game. And Bichette looks at a sweeper low. 1-0 the count.
Here's where you got to be careful, and not too careful because you got Soto on deck. But for Thielbar, you know Bichette is looking to go deep here with 2 outs in the 8th in a tie ball game.
The pitch. Bichette pulls one foul off to the left. 1-1.
To my point, Bichette just got a pitch up and out over the plate and hooked a rocket right over his third base coach's head.
Thielbar peers in, gets the sign from Amaya. Straightens up, he's ready. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. Bichette swings and misses. 1-2.
Wait, that was good gas by Thielbar, top of the zone. I think that's a 2-seamer that he ran away, but it was up. Throw right past Bichette.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count with 2 away. Here's the pitch. Bichette swings and misses. Strike 3. Thielbar doubled up with the fastball. And the Mets go down in order in the 8th. We head to the 9th. Tie game. Cubs 3, Mets 3 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine. Cubs ready.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pregame, postgame, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
VillageofBedfordPark.com.
Getting set for the 10th of the 9th here at Citi Field in New York. Game 4 of this 4-game series between the Cubs and Mets. They're tied at 3. Former Brewer right-hander Devin Williams, the new man on the mound for the Mets. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents, sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Nico Horner, Pedro Ramirez, Miguel Amaya due up for the Cubs here in the 9th. The 9th inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Horner in the box, Williams on the mound, righty-righty matchup, and the pitch. Up high, ball 1.
See if Nico can give the Cubs a good start here in the 9th in a tie ball game.
Williams working on the first base side of the rubber. High set, the kick and pitch. And that one misses. Another fastball from Williams. Off the outside. 2-0. Horner waits. Williams deals. Called strike. Fastball. 2-1. Warner 0 for 2 with a walk. Now the pitch. Misses outside. 3-1.
Now Nico should get a good pitch to hit here. Let's see if he tries to drive this pitch from Williams.
A long set, the 3-1 delivery. Nico looks at a changeup first strike.
3-1 change. Not in a good location, but it's the speed coming out of the end of Williams. Nico looking fastball and got the change.
Warner calls time, steps out of the box, adjusts his bright red batting gloves, and digs back in. Williams leans in, acknowledges the sign from Alvarez, straightens up. Here comes the payoff pitch. Horner lines one, caught wide of first by Wagaman. One away.
Another off-speed pitch to Nico. This one down and away. He goes with it, just kind of right off the end of the bat, right at Wagaman, who has to maybe jump just a touch to catch this ball.
So now the batter is Pedro Ramirez. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Williams. Ramirez has struck out 3 times tonight. The pitch. Ramirez pops it foul out of play. Off to the left behind the plate.
Be a good time for home run number 2 in the big leagues.
Yeah, there's never a bad time for that, but
No.
this would be particularly good. Yeah.
0-1.
0-1. The pitch. Ramirez grounds one back of first. It's bobbled by Wagaman. Picks it up, races to the bag, beats Ramirez there. 2 away.
Ball hit right over the bag at first, but the Mets here in the 9th playing no doubles, and Wagaman right down the line. Didn't field that ball that cleanly, but gets the out at first.
3-3 game, 2 away. Coom here in the top of the 9th. The batter Miguel Amaya, right-handed hitter against the right-hander Devin Williams. Amaya 0 for 2 with a walk. Williams kicks and fires. And Amaya looks at a changeup for a ball. 1-0 the count. Time to see how we did with our guesses in the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game. The actual attendance tonight at Citi Field, 36,035. And Coom, you're the winner tonight. Here's the 1-0. Amaya swings and misses out in front of a changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. You came closest with your guess of 36,500. So congratulations. Another big win for you in the Big Apple.
Going into the Milwaukee hot.
Look out, Pat. Here he comes. Now the 1-1 by Williams. Amaya swings and misses, and another changeup, 1-2.
Amaya was sitting fastball on that pitch. He was way out in front of that one. Nothing wrong with that. Taking a guess and seeing if you guess right.
The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another changeup. Cubs go down in order in the top of the 9th. Middle 9, tie game. Cubs 3, Mets 3. This is the score.
Here comes Hernandez into a slide. He made the catch. That'll bring him to their feet.
Sliding stop by Sanoja. He plucks it. A heck of a play from Javi. Merrill sprinting back, jumps and makes a catch.
Just another huge play. Mason making it look easy.
Showing off the range. Mr. Cali Cool getting it done. Ward is back and he makes a running catch. Coming on, say Don. He dives and he catch it. Unbelievable defense there by Rafaela.
What a 4-6-3. Nunez to Abrams to Garcia.
And that Dodger defense doing it again. O'Neal lays out and makes a phenomenal catch. And they got him by the thumb. Say Don. Say you're gone.
Nicely done by Junior Caminero down there at third base.
Over to second for one. Oh, a beautiful throw from Meyer. In-time double play. Merrill comes in and catches. That was a tough play.
The hardest play a center fielder has to make.
What is it that kind of got you hooked
as a foodie, so to speak.
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
Network. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA.
Fans know a steal when they see one, like tuxedos and suits from Suits 2020 in Niles. Why rent when you can own for about the same price? Schedule your free fitting at Suits2020.com.
Cubs 3, Mets 3. Before we start the bottom of the ninth in New York, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody. Middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network. WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1, Chicago.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat tonight. Bottom of the ninth in New York, the finale of a 4-game set. Cubs and Mets tied at 3. Jacob Webb, the new man on the mound for the Cubs. Juan Soto.
Now, Craig Counsell, Count's coming out to talk to Jordan Baker as Soho was late getting out, I believe, to home plate. But I think that's what Counsell's talking about. I'm not 100% sure, but they did not call anything on Soto, so it's just play on, which I actually kind of like.
Righty-lefty matchup. Webb kicks and delivers. And misses low. 1-0 the count. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Webb 1-2 with a 3.78 ERA in 34 games this season. Here's the pitch. Soto looks at the ball low and inside. 2-0.
Back-to-back hooks down and in to Soto right off his back foot.
Soto is 1 for 2 tonight with a pair of walks. The 2-0 delivery. Soto takes a big swing and a miss at a fastball. 2-1.
Good fastball, 95 miles an hour, high gas. This is up out of the zone. Soto tries to catch up. Couldn't.
Webb's ready. Now the 2-1. Soto hits one on the ground to second, fielded by Horner. The throw to first in time, 1 away.
Second time in a big situation. Soto's had the count in his favor late in the ball game and hit one ball hard to Nico, the one that's last at bat, and this one just hits this ball right off the end of the bat. A little routine ground ball to Nico.
So here is the former Cub, Jared Young. His solo shot in the 7th tied the game. The pitch by Webb. High and outside, ball 1. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. As Webb sets above the belt, works his motion and deals. Young swing, pops it foul, out of play, off to the left. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count on Jared Young. Left-handed batter, the right-hander Webb deals and misses with a changeup. 2-1. Just off the outside. 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3-3 game, Cubs and Mets. And the pitch. Young fouls it back. 2-2.
Pretty good changeup. The Young there. That's a good pitch. Down and away. Young well out in front of that pitch from Webb. See if he goes right back to it.
Young with 6 home runs now on the year. The pitch. Dribbles this foul behind the plate. He did go with another change.
Nope, back-to-back changes. 2 good pitches by Webb. Now you got options. You can go back to it again, or do you elevate the fastball?
Let's see what Webb does here. The 2-2. High and outside. He went with the fastball.
3-2 count. If you can throw the changeup that's close, you're going to get a strikeout.
The payoff pitch is ball 4. He did go with the changeup, but it was low. And now the winning run is on first base for the Mets and Jared Young. And the dangerous Francisco Alvarez will step to the plate.
Yeah, it's good pitch selection. I thought, everything good. The only thing was he just didn't quite execute the pitch like the other ones in the at-bat. Just kind of pulled that one down and in. And because of that, Young didn't chase it.
So here is Alvarez.
Now, Alvarez is a very good candidate for a double play ball, but he didn't hit a lot of balls on the ground.
The pitch. Alvarez takes a big swing and a miss at a slider, 0-1.
He is looking to upshoot something and hit it a long way.
Alvarez has 8 home runs this season, including 1 in each of the first 3 games of this series. The 0-1. Alvarez hits a ground ball to short, fielded to his left by Swanson. The throw offline to Horner. Everyone's safe.
That's one of those plays. Dansby goes up the middle, catches this ball, then kind of has to go with that kind of a backhand pass to Nico. Nico stretching out at the second base bag to try to help him. And then this flip ends up being behind Nico. He has to try to reach out with his bare hand. And the Cubs just couldn't get the out at second base.
So now men at first and second for the Mets. And A.J. Ewing will dig in, left-handed batter. The pitch is a miss with a changeup off the outside. 1-0. 3-3 game. Cubs and Mets. 1 down, bottom 9. New York threatening with men at first and second. Young at second base. Alvarez at first. Ewing at the plate. Webb looks at second. And the pitch is a called strike changeup from Webb, and Ewing wants to challenge.
Ewing a little unsure, but then he goes at the challenge. See where this pitch is. It's inside. No, it's a strike.
Pitch to strike. New York's out of challenges.
Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. That ball got a lot of the strike zone.
1-1 the count. The Mets can't challenge for the rest of regulation. Winning run at second base. 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 1-1 by Webb. Change up that missed. 2-1.
That was a high change. That's a little dangerous with the location of that pitch, but just now that one dives just off the plate away. I thought it was a little more up than it was. It was not up. It was about knee high.
The pitch. That one is called a ball, and Amaya will challenge.
Well, you might as well burn him. It's the 9th inning with a man in scoring position. Ball strike challenges, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Over.
Confirmed. Chicago has exhausted their challenges.
It's a ball that just missed the bottom of the zone by 0.1 inches. Can you believe it? 3-1 the count now on Ewing. Cubs are out of challenges. Men at first and second. The pitch. Ewing swings and misses. Out in front of a changeup. It's 3-2.
Webb's just not going to give in to him here and just let him take a hack at a good fastball. This is an excellent changeup. Middle of the plate and then just dives down out of the zone.
The pitch. Ewing swings and it's a high fly ball to center field. Playable for Pete Crow Armstrong. Makes the catch. Young bluffs a tag from second. 2 away.
Good pitch. Good sequence by Webb. Gets the routine fly out to center. And one more out, and we go extra inning.
Ronnie Mauricio will hit.
Now, Mauricio made the error in that 6th inning on a routine backhand ground ball that started everything off on a ball that Swanson hit. Cubs ended up scoring all 3 runs in that inning.
3-3 game, 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch to Mauricio. A bouncing ball hit on the right side. Fielded by Horner on the edge of the outfield grass. The flip to first in time. And Webb works into and out of the jam as the Mets leave 2 here in the bottom of the 9th. Bonus baseball in New York. Cubs 3, Mets 3 as we...
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pregame. Postgame. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Speaking of upper body commando, no shame in their game.
Oh, it hit the bat, and then the bat hit the helmet. It's a trick shot.
The big kitty's here.
Well, the therapy rabbit, you mean?
Oh! Error on Andy Rodriguez, the Pirates' first baseman, who's fairly camped underneath it.
It's pretty cold down here, and I needed a hat. I didn't have one, so Mr. Met lent me his.
Oh, nobody caught it!
Boy, all sorts of communication issues between Rojas and Sosa.
All the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
9 innings, not enough to settle this one. We head to the top of the 10th. Cubs 3, Mets 3. The 10th inning is sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi, one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. The Mets have a new man on the mound to begin the 10th inning. Left-hander Brooks Raley takes over, 2-2 with a 2.48 ERA in 32 games this season. The Cubs will send Matt Shaw as a pinch runner for Miguel Amaya at second base to begin this top of the 10th. And Dansby Swanson will dig in. Swanson's 0 for 3, reached on an error and scored a run. But he's had a red-hot series. The pitch. Swanson swings and misses. And a breaking ball, 0-1.
It's be the ideal time to get one of these off-speed pitches and shoot this ball to right center field.
Swanson with 3 home runs and 15 RBIs in this series. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter from Raley, 0-2.
Has a little backdoor cutter. He's trying to stay away from Dansby.
Shaw at second. No one out here in the top of the 10th.
Shaw at second, right in the baseline, just in case. That's a stealing type lead from second base.
The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. As Raley gets Swanson with a cutter, 1 away.
All these pitches, though, backdoor cutters to Dansby. This one looked like he's trying to go that way, just underneath. Now Pete Crow Armstrong, center fielder, very shallow Ewing in center with Pete at the plate.
Crow Armstrong waits. The pitch misses. A fastball from Raley. Near the top of the zone, but inside.
He's got to be a good 30 feet shallower than normal in center field.
The pitch. Crow Armstrong lines one down the right field line. Fair ball. It'll roll all the way to the corner. Shaw around third, digging for home. He scores. Pete Crow Armstrong, RBI double. And the Cubs take the lead, 4-3 over the Mets here in the 10th.
Big swing of the bat by Pete. He gets a pitch, just a hanging breaking ball, I believe, and he whistles this ball down into the corner to give the Cubs the lead. Very good at bat. Yeah, looks like a little cutter, and he was right on it.
Second hit of the ball game for PCA. Single to lead off the game. And now an RBI double to put the Cubs ahead 4-3 with 1 away here in the top of the 10th. Carson Kelly now will pinch hit for Justin Dean. The pitch. Kelly swings and pops it up. Foul out of play, off to the right. 0-1.
Boy, you'd love to get another run here in this inning.
A speedy PCA at second. Just one away here in the top of the 10th, and the Cubs up 4-3. Kelly waits. Here's the pitch. Kelly swings and fouls it out of play, off to the right. 0-2.
When you're the visiting team in this situation in extra innings, you really kind of play for 2 runs. When you're the home team and you're at the plate with the game tied, you're obviously just playing for the run to win the game.
Kelly on the year hitting a .283. He waits for the 0-2. Here it comes. Off the outside with a change. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Doubles by Cubs batters, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Big double by Pete Crow Armstrong. He's at second. The 1-2. Up high to Kelly. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crowd quiet here at Citi Field in this top half of the 10th inning. Raley checks second. That's where Crow Armstrong is. And the pitch is popped foul out of play just to the right of us. 2-2. Michael Busch on deck. Kelly waits for the 2-2 delivery. Here it comes. And a line drive to right center field, ranging over Ewing. He makes the catch, tagging, heading for third. Crow Armstrong, throw cut off. PCA advances to third. 2 away here in the top of the 10th with the Cubs up 4-3. A productive out by Carson Kelly.
Kelly trying to drive this run in. He goes the other way with this one. Ewing, this ball in right center field. Pete able to move up 90 feet. And now the Cubs need a big 2-out hit.
From Michael Busch, who stands in. Left-handed batter against the left-hander Brooks Raley. Now the pitch. Low. Busch 1 for 4 tonight with a single. Raley working on the extreme first base side of the rubber. Left-hander kicks and fires. And Busch takes a strike cutter. 1-1. Four 3 Cubs, top 10, 2 away. Crow Armstrong at third. Busch waits for the 1-1. A bouncing ball foul off to the right. 1-2. Right-hander Trent Thornton is warming up in the Cubs bullpen. Let's see if Busch can deliver an insurance run here. He waits for the 1-2. That one just missed. A sweeper.
Yeah, a little breaking ball. That one just down.
So 2-2 the count on Busch, with Crow Armstrong at third and 2 away here in the top of the 10th. The Cubs with a 1-run lead. Raley's ready. The pitch. Busch fouls it out of play off to the left behind the Cubs dugout along the third base line. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cubs trying to leave New York with a 4-game sweep over the Mets. They head to Milwaukee following tonight's ball game to begin a 3-game set against the first place Brewers tomorrow night. Here's the 2-2. Busch drills one deep in the air to right. Going back bench at the track, makes the catch right in front of the wall for out number 3. But the Cubs take the lead on the ribby double by Pete Crow Armstrong. Middle 10, Cubs 4, Mets 3 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Every strikeout and home run is heard right.
During the offseason of 1888 to 1889, Spalding took a group of big leaguers on the first worldwide barnstorming tour.
This is Spalding.
Yes.
You look at the Spalding, you're like, wait a second. No, this is the backstory. Okay, this is great.
Stops included New Zealand, Italy, France, and even Egypt, where they played in front of the pyramids. Spalding's contributions to baseball history don't end there.
Do you know the story of Doubleday and the invention of baseball?
Please
tell us.
Enlighten us.
When a 71-year-old Cooperstown native came forward, baseball officially had a birthplace in Cooperstown.
If I'm in the presence of this baseball, does it like give you powers to become a better baseball player?
I've been here 5 years and playing baseball through all of it. I don't think I've gotten better.
And whether it's the World Series or the wonders of the ancient world, there's no debating that baseball connects us all.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
A retailer near you. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
Chicago weather is tough. Your home siding should be tougher. Hardy Siding is engineered for our climate. James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com.
Bottom of the 10th inning in New York. Cubs leading the Mets 4-3. Trent Thornton is the new pitcher for the Cubs. Ronnie Mauricio at second base. Eric Wagaman at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch. That one is an check swing foul ball off to the right. 0-1.
I think that one hit the knob of the bat. Wagaman didn't really flinch.
Cubs will take it. The 0-1 off the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wagaman. Pete Crow Armstrong with an RBI double in the top half of the 10th inning. Carson Kelly now catching. Matt Shaw in right. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Wagaman. 1-2.
Good gas by Thornton. Threw that one right past Wagaman.
Wagaman blasted a 2-run shot in the 6th inning to get the Mets on the board. The 1-2. Wagaman hits a pop fly shallow left. Coming in, Happ makes the catch. Mauricio stays at second base. 1 away.
Good pitch. Get the little looping fly ball out. First out of the inning.
So here comes a left-handed hitting Brett Beatty, the number 9 hitter in the Mets order. He's 1 for 4 tonight with a single. Bregman playing in, wide of third, now backs up just a little bit. Thornton delivers. Brady swings and hits one on the ground, right side, fielded by Horner. The flip to first, 2 away. Mauricio advances to third, but the Mets are down to their last out.
Get him an odd first swing and just a little routine ground ball to second. With the game on the line. Cubs will take that too. Like to see one more of those.
Carson Benj digs in, left-handed batter against the right-hander Thornton. Here's the pitch. Called strike, fastball clocked at 96 miles per hour. 0-1. Mauricio at third, 2 away. Now the 0-1. Wagaman whacks it foul out of play.
Good swing by Benj. Just, high fastball. He's on, trying to get on it. But this is just good gas by Thornton. You got to love that. He's pumped up.
Benj fouled that one back. Here's the 0-2. Another foul, this one. Second deck off to the left, out of play. Benj steps out of the box. Thornton trying to close this one out and help the Cubs complete the sweep. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt, nicely blocked by Kelly.
Well, you knew that was coming. You just knew he was going to spin something and try to throw it into the dirt. And in this situation, it's one of those times where you really got to be. Walt Kelly does an excellent job of staying in front of this ball and just smothering it right in front of home plate. Big-time play by Carson Kelly.
Here comes the 1-2 by Thornton to bench. A ground ball hit to third, fielded by Pregame. Throw across, ball game. Cubs sweep the Mets. They take the finale 4-3 in 10 innings.
That's one of those ball games, back and forth a little bit. Cubs get off to a pretty good start, took advantage in that sixth to score 3. Mets come back with a couple bombs, but the Cubs, in a big swing of the bat by Pete Armstrong in the 10th and some good bullpen pitching, Thornton comes in and gets the save. Outstanding job by him. And the Cubs, they come into the Big Apple and they play very good baseball and take advantage of the Mets maybe not playing their best baseball, but Cubs with some really good wins here and got some momentum going into Milwaukee.
It's time to fly the W, sponsored by Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the Chicago Cubs, as the Cubs sweep the season series from the Mets. All 3 games at Wrigley earlier this year and all 4 games here in New York. Back with the happy recap when we come back. Cubs win 4-3 in 10 on the Score of the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Molly and Hall, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
There are trucks